Coming at you from my backyard in Montgomery, Texas. We have kind of an overcast day. It's pretty warm and muggy out here today. We got a hell of a rainstorm yesterday. The reason why we're a little bit late this morning is because we got some more rain that kept us from getting out here. Hopefully we don't get rained on while we're doing this, but we're going to be smoking up some chicken hindquarters. Got some nice big ones inside the house that we're going to do. I was going to marinate them, but I decided not to. We're going to go ahead and do them drunk chicken style, so I'll be spritzing those with beer. Now, we're going to be doing them in the smoker. We're not going to be doing them in my expert grill. Guess what we need to do? We need to start a fire. Let's go ahead and set up over here. And when we get some folks in here, we'll just chit-chat. I'll tell you what I got it built over here. So y'all can see inside that thing. There we go. You can see inside that firebox. I've got some wood chunks in the bottom underneath these splits. I'm using wood chunks lately. Let me show you why. You see all those wood chunks right there? Yeah. I got a whole bunch of them. And I have a whole bunch more right here. And that trash can is completely full of them. I seem to just collect wood chunks every time I cut my splits for my cooks. I've split them to the right thickness and then cut them to the right length. I end up with just a crap load of wood chunks. So I've been using those to start my fires lately, and it works good, you know. So that's what I'm going to be using is wood chunks to start them, and those are on the fire tray underneath the splits. And then I've got my splits stacked on them in the log cabin stack, as you can see. Now, my splits are about 10 inches long, and they're 2 to 3 inches by 2 to 3 inches. That's the size splits that I like to use. And then I put some fire starters around the edges. Once I get that fire going really good with the Master Blaster, those fire starters will keep it going really good. So let me go ahead and get ready.
Howdy.
What's up, Bandit? How's it going? Good to see you. But yeah, we've got some chicken hindquarters that we're going to be doing in the offset today. We're fixing to fire it up. This is my Brazos offset. Nighthawk. Like I said, we're doing some chicken hindquarters. What's up, Jeffrey? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. It's always good to see you, Bandit. Thank you for coming back, man. Really appreciate you, guy. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and let me explain to you what we got here. This is my Brazos offset smoker. Yeah. We're going to be doing some chicken hindquarters today. We got 6 really nice, big chicken hindquarters. Now, I was going to go ahead and marinate those in beer and Worcestershire sauce. My wife objected very loudly and wouldn't let me, so we didn't get to do that. She wants to do it the old school way. She just wants me to spritz it with beer so we can have the basic drunk chicken, you know. And she doesn't like Worcestershire sauce. That's one of the reasons.
What type of wood?
That is post oak. That's post oak. That's what that's my go-to. That's what I like to use. Viraj, how you doing? How's it going? But anyways, we're doing those chicken hindquarters, and I'm going to be doing those drunk chicken. I'll be spritzing them with beer. Every time we check them, I'm going to spritz them, and I'm going to drown them. But don't worry, it won't wash the seasoning off. It just gives that good beer flavor and gets it into that meat. It's a lot better than doing it with a beer can, you know. What's up, CE Universe? It's good. We're doing some chicken hindquarters today. We're going to smoke them up in my offset. So I got the Brazos ready. Now, how I've got it ready here is in the bottom of the smoker in that firebox. I've got my fire tray down there. I've got some wood chunks stacked up in there. I'm using that instead of charcoal. And the reason why is because of this. I'm using post oak, John. See all those wood chunks? That's one reason I'm using them. And I got a whole bunch more here, and that trash can is completely full of them. I tend to collect wood chunks because whenever I cut my splits for cooks, I cut them to the thickness I like to use, which is 2 to 3 inches by 2 to 3 inches. Then I cut them to length, which is 10 inches, and I end up with a crap load of wood chunks. And so I've got those in the bottom, and then I have 4 splits of post oak stacked in the log cabin stack on top of that. And with my log cabin stack, I like the bottom ones to be pointed at the door. The reason why I like it is because airflow goes inside there. It goes over the wood chunks while where the fire is going between those 2 splits on the bottom and underneath the 2 splits on top. And that really seems to get it the best airflow, and it helps it to light the best. Now I like to crack my door open and open the damper all the way so I get plenty of oxygen and airflow into my fire. And that's how I like to start. Baby, can you get me the master blaster?
Okay, hold on. Let me move this so that I can take a video of
Yeah,
you.
there we go. Just as long as they can see. We need to be able to see.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. How do I manage temps with these? Increase, decrease, just by removing or adding splits. The size of the splits has a lot to do with it, Posty. Absolutely. Oh, you have the same grill. Cool, CE Universe. Very cool. But the size of splits has a lot to do with it. And then also how you manage the air coming into it through the damper and door on your firebox. And also the damper on your smokestack has a lot to do with it.
Do we still have that fuel of that one?
Yeah, we got one more bottle in case
Do
we
we
need
need
it.
to get it?
No, we should be good. This should start it up.
Okay, everybody's
Okay,
here.
here we go. Now we're going to get this fire started. We break out the master blaster. This is the Thermo Maven barbecue torch. I got this on Amazon. Then of course this is just regular 16 or 14 ounce bottles of butane, propane, whatever, propane. Yeah, we can call it propane.
What is your name of your grill, Brazos?
This is the Old Country Brazos, and her name is Roxanne, spelled Rocksanne. You know, to make a play on my name. Here we go.
What size do you cut your wood at?
What's that?
What size do you cut your wood?
I cut my wood to about 10 inches in length, by 2 to 3 by 2 to 3 inches in thickness and width. This is the good size for this. It preheats the smoker just to where I want it to go, and it runs the temperatures right where I want to go whenever I have to add wood. That's burning pretty darn good. Go ahead and turn this torch off now and let it get burning on its own naturally. Here we go.
Okay, give me that baby and take your gloves.
Huh?
Take that gloves.
There we go. And you can see that fire's burning pretty good now. There we go.
Can you move?
No, see, Bill, here's the thing, man. This is called offset smoking. The whole idea is to get smoke flavor in that meat. That's why you use wood. But yeah, we're building a fire BMX, and we got that thing going. That's about right. It's burning really good. I'm gonna let it get burning a little bit better and let that smoke clean up, and then we'll close this thing up and we're gonna preheat it to 250 degrees. That's where we're gonna be cooking at today. We're gonna be cooking those chicken hindquarters at 250 degrees. Thank you for following me, Sonny. How's it going? But
340. Thank you, guys.
there we go. And fire's going good. So, sweetheart, if you could go get me some chicken. We're gonna get that chicken seasoned up. My wife bought some really big, I mean big chicken hindquarters. They almost look like turkey legs. They're so big. But here we go. Let me put you guys where you can see. Now, oh, thank you, BMX. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for liking and subscribing. You have to use a grate for airflow? Okay, that's cool. Whatever it takes. How long? Usually a couple of hours when you're smoking them at 250 degrees. You know, it's not that long.
They put gloves.
Yeah. Go ahead and get me a fan over here.
Yes, I got it. I got it, baby. Just
All right. We got these big, I mean big chicken hindquarters. She got some big ones. I mean really big ones. And I'm going to be spritzing them with beer. The beer is so I can get that nice beer flavor in there. It's better to spritz than it is to do a whole chicken and put a can of beer up its ass. When you're doing that, you're not really flavoring your chicken with beer. Actually, hardly any of, if any of that beer actually comes out of that can and gets in your chicken. What you're actually getting in your chicken when you do a beer, so-called beer butt or beer can chicken, is you're getting paint from those cans that kind of melt and get in your meat. And that stuff's not good. That's kind of toxic, you know. That paint is kind of toxic. So it's really not a good way to do beer butt or beer can chickens. A better way to do them is you either marinate them in beer or you spritz with beer. Then you're getting actual beer flavor in the meat and you're not getting that toxic paint off of the beer cans in there. So spritzing or marinating or doing both is actually a much better way to create what's called a drunk chicken. And you can also use bourbon or you can use wine or whatever you want if you want to put some kind of really nice alcoholic beverage. Now I'm going to be using Miller High Life. And I'm going to be drinking Miller High Life through the day. My wife is going to get me a bottle of it prepared here before long. But every time I check these things, I'm going to spritz them with some of that beer, okay? So whenever I'm seasoning, I'm fixing to get these out of here and season them up.
What you call it? How often do you spritz it?
Whenever I check them, every time I check them. And I won't check them for the first hour. After that first hour, then I'll spritz them.
Somebody said they like to brine it with apple juice.
Well, I'm not going to be using apple juice. I'm going to be using beer on this. This is going to be for beer can or drunk chicken. Now this is going to be my seasoning. This is my usual poultry mix, and this little shaker it's split up into thirds. Okay, 1/3 of it is coarse ground black pepper. The other one is coarse ground kosher salt, and that is 16 mesh black pepper. The other third is a 50-50 mixture of dried rosemary and thyme. And then I put about a tablespoon or so of ancho chili powder, onion powder, and garlic powder in it. This is a really good poultry mixture. This seems to be what we like the best. It works good for us, so that's what we like to use. Let me go ahead and get these chickens out of here.
They like your shirt.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Put the chicken.
Yeah.
Look at that chicken. Show it to them.
Look how big these
That
pieces
one
of
is-
chicken are, man. They're huge. Really nice big pieces of chicken. My wife got some good ones.
This is washed already, guys. Okay, washed.
We did rinse and wash
you
this chicken
wash
off, so don't
okay?
worry about that. Anybody that wonders about washed or rinsed
And now they will
chicken,
say that you touched that. We will wipe that too. And
that'll get cleaned up whenever we get done. Don't worry. Everything always gets cleaned and sanitized before and after a cook. This cutting board has been cleaned and sanitized. My shaker cleaned and sanitized. My knives that I use cleaned and sanitized. I always use gloves whenever, especially when dealing with these, and I'll change them every time I'm fixing to touch something other than the chicken.
someone said they want you to change your gloves before every time you handle the.
I do. That's what I just explained. Isn't it what I explained just now, babe?
Oh,
Here we
the
go.
cap on your head.
Say what?
I don't know. They're talking about your bowl cup, so don't
Well.
touch that.
My ball cap is my ball cap. So I wear my ball cap. I'm a Texans fan, and if you're not, I'm sorry. All right, let's get after this.
Oscar from Memphis.
I didn't do anything.
Okay. Ready? It's light up, right?
Do it again. Wrong side. Here we go. We're doing videos, so if I stop talking for a little bit, that's because we're doing a video. Don't worry. It'll just take a couple seconds.
Okay.
All right.
Good
Got them all
job.
seasoned up. Let's go ahead and make sure we hit them a little bit better. There we go. There we go. There we go. And seasoned up nicely. They look good too. Okay.
Here's the glove.
All right.
The glove police is watching.
All
Yes.
right.
Okay.
There we go. And we're going to get these over here. I got to close this up. Go ahead and come check this out, baby. I'm going to get that torch out there for a little bit more.
You want to try it again?
Yeah, just a little bit. Get
Yeah.
that fire roaring real good. And then we'll close it up.
No flies. Fan is working.
Good, good, good. Yeah, these fly fans that we have around here, they really work.
Perfect timing.
All right, doing pretty good, babe.
Take that, babe. Take
Looking
that.
pretty clean business, though.
Take that gloves out.
All right.
They come here.
What's that? Well, then I guess this isn't
The channel.
the channel for you, Breward, because that's what I do. Lots of it. If you don't like barbecue, you definitely don't need to be here, so go find another channel to watch. And you know what? It's not carcinogenic if you use good, clean, all-natural products instead of using poisons like lighter fluid and even Kingsford charcoal that's got all kinds of synthetic and even mined coal in it. So I use all natural stuff, and it's a lot less likely to give you any issues.
They're asking for your seasoning.
Exactly. What's in my seasoning? Salt, pepper, ancho chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder. Then there's some rosemary and thyme, all dried.
Yeah, rosemary and thyme.
No, I'm going to leave the seasoning bottle just like it is, Zeister. I'm not going to wash it. I'm stupid, okay? And I like to get sick, and I like to make others sick. Don't ask a dumbass question like that. He's a troll. Throw him out.
Where she is?
Zeister.
What is that in
He's trying to be a troll. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, you want me to move it over there, babe? Not yet.
I'm going to go ahead and torch this just a little bit.
I think it's the rain yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. It ruined the... They call it ostrich chicken because it's so huge.
What?
Ostrich chicken.
Yeah, they're freaking giant. My wife found a hell of a package of chicken size quarters. It's just huge. It's hot out here, guys.
I know. We're gonna go get the fan later on. Perfect. And there's no flies. The fan is working. Huge chicken. Look at that, guys. They're big. Thank you, Scott. Ready?
Here we go.
No flies.
The can is empty now.
Yeah, we'll go grab another one.
No, I don't need to use it anymore. Let me go ahead and get these gloves off and get my other gloves on real quick and we'll... All right, here we go. Close this thing up and get it going.
Preheat, right?
Preheat 2 more, yeah. We'll do that after I close the thing.
Okay, good.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and let that preheat to about 250 degrees. Once that thing gets up to 250 degrees, we'll go ahead and get these chicken quarters in there and get them smoking. So we'll just give it a little bit of time, take about 10-15 minutes to get up there. But the fire's burning pretty good and efficiently, so it shouldn't take that long. Plus, I want that smoke to clean up a little bit.
I think it's the wood from yesterday.
Yeah, it's the rain.
It's the rain yesterday. The wood got
A little damp.
a little damp, so usually not like that. But
No. There we go. But the temperature's climbing, so we're in good shape.
where's your
Let's see what
glove?
we got over here for questions.
Okay, answer the.
It says, yeah, I know, but I don't like to. The thing about it is, if you put the beer in something, it doesn't get hot enough to really get into your meat. You're having a hard time finding leg quarters? Go to your local grocery store. They have them in bags all over the place.
They're huge.
What kind of wood am I using? Post oak. I'm using post oak.
They're big. Look at that.
I'm not injecting them. This is chicken. It's not turkey. If it was turkey, I would inject it, but I don't inject chicken. If you want to, that's fine. If you prefer chicken breast or wings, that's fine too, but we're doing hindquarters today. So there you go. You know what you're doing when you put a whole can of beer in a chicken? You're not doing anything. You're not getting hardly any of the beer flavor in that chicken. It doesn't get hot enough. It's not going to boil because it doesn't get to the boiling point. It's not going to It's not really going to do much of anything. You put a beer can in a chicken, and what you're doing is you're putting paint from the can in the chicken and not the beer. So stay away from doing that. That's dumb. It's a lot better to just spritz it, and that's what I'm going to be doing. You're actually going to get beer on the chicken when you spritz it, and even using those devices that you pour the beer in and stand the chicken up doesn't get much flavor in it. It's better to just either marinade or spritz or both. That's the best way to get that beer flavor in that chicken.
Okay, now I'm wiping
Cans have paint on them, and that paint comes off of that can into your chicken when it gets hot. You're going to be, and it's toxic. You really don't want that. You don't want to shove a can up a chicken's ass. That's a bad idea. No, but you can make it, boss. It's really easy. Get a large shaker.
I'm
and
wiping it right
it's,
now, the shaker. Sanitize it.
1/3 coarse ground black pepper, 1/3 coarse ground kosher salt in the shaker. Then the other third is going to be a 50-50 mixture of dried rosemary and dried thyme, and then about a tablespoon or so each of ancho chili powder, onion powder, and garlic powder. Mix it up, shake, and use. It's really good.
Smells good, your chicken.
Well, H-E-B, Kroger, Walmart, they all have bags of hindquarters. I walk in there and find a bag of them all the time. And they're not very expensive, $5-6 for a 10-pound bag. Yeah, Randy, beer can is, why would you want to shove toxic paint up a chicken's ass whenever it's not hard to spritz, or you can just marinate it in the beer the night before, or you can do both. You can marinate it and you can spritz. Then you're going to get actual beer flavor in it, because even the can, you pop a hole in the bottom or you pop the top on it and stand it up, whatever you do, you're not going to get much beer in that chicken, but you're going to get a lot of the paint in there. Not good. No problem. And besides that, Randy, you don't have to do it whole anymore. You can spatchcock it. You'll get a more even, quicker cook when you spatchcock the chicken than you do when you leave it whole. And you'll get a better product. You'll get a lot better product. I don't use anything meat cutter because it's just not a good idea. It's better to just go ahead and spritz and marinade. That's the best thing. Yeah, and some cans have plastic linings inside. No problem, Randy. Absolutely, that's what we're here for. But we're going to go ahead and see where we're at. This thing's having a hard time. Go get me another can of that gas, babe.
Oh, you want me to grab it?
That one's about out. I'm going to hit this thing with the torch again to get that fire going, because we did have some rain come in yesterday, and that might be affecting things. These are fans that are really cool, man. They got reflective surfaces on them, and somehow it confuses the vision of flies and keeps them away, and it really works. It's good stuff. All right, I'm going to replace the can on my torch. I'm going to use the rest of it and replace it if I need to, Dave.
Gloves.
This is an old country Brazos. So the handle on that door, when you got a fire built on it, gets scorching hot and you can burn yourself. So it's just best to use a tool to open it with, so you don't burn the shit out of your hand.
I'm gonna get a video of this chicken.
That should do it right there. We're going to go ahead and close this up. again using a tool because that thing gets really hot.
Oh yeah, now clear up, babe.
Well,
It clear up.
yeah. See how clean that fire got? Cleared it right up. The thing about that is that's what you want. You want good, clean smoke. You don't want to be able to see it. And that's clean. Now we're also
Yeah, it's what you call that fan, babe? It's
they're fly fans.
Yes.
You can get them on Amazon.
Amazon.
I think I bought all 4 of these for like 25 bucks. I got 4 of them.
Amazon, guys.
Yeah. And they work.
And they really,
keep the
really
flies
work.
away. They really
Yep.
do work. I thought that was freaking amazing. Let me go ahead and get some gloves on, and we're going to get those chickens in there because that smoker's ready.
You're welcome, AB.
I kind of like those fly fans. I'm glad you got them. All right, here we go.
Barbecue is his life. I never use the stove inside. Good.
We use the stove for regular cooking and when we're doing vegetables and mashed potatoes and stuff, but for the most part, when we're cooking meat, even some vegetables, I like to grill a lot of vegetables. I love grilled asparagus. Here's an idea for you because we tried it once and it's freaking awesome. Try taking like 3 sprigs of asparagus and wrap them in bacon and then grill them. Holy crap, that's good. Oh my God.
We are. He is retired, but not me. I still work in the hospital.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, hold on. There's. You're just a troll. There's no flies in the chicken. Okay,
Yeah.
move this, baby.
A troll?
Yeah, you see, there are flies in the chicken.
No, there wasn't. Those fly fans kept them away. You ready, babe?
Hold on.
There they go. They're in there and they're cooking. And it is, we're going to call it 1 o'clock. That's perfect. We're going to check them for the first time in about an hour. We'll check them in an hour to see where they're going. And we're cooking them right at 250 degrees. Take a look at that. 250 degrees is what we're cooking them at. I am preheating wood. You can see 2 splits of wood on top of the firebox preheating. That gets them good and hot. And helps to dry them out. This is especially important now that we've had some rain and it seems like these logs may be a little bit damp. So this will help to get them dry again, dry them out a little bit more so they'll burn nice and clean when we get ready to add wood to it. But yeah, we're cooking them at 250 degrees. I'm gonna flip these over.
Time for a cold one.
Yeah, babe, I need a cold one and you need to fill my spritz bottle up.
Okay, I'll stop. Hold on.
Definitely time for a cold one.
Let me.
What's up, the beast within? How's it going? All right. Yes, I mean, it doesn't get cold enough not to, Bandit. Shit, here especially in Houston. Nope, that is not an Oklahoma Joe. That is far from an Oklahoma Joe. This is a real offset smoker. This is not a tin can that pretends to be an offset smoker. This is the old country Brazos. It's made out of 1/4 inch thick steel. This thing is a heavy duty beast. Yeah, apple cider vinegar is my favorite spritz. But today I'm doing chicken, so I'm going to be using beer. I'm going to be using Miller High Life. What would be a good starter? Well, the Pecos would, because it's about the same price as that tin can they call the Oklahoma Joe or the Char Griller. It's made out of a little bit thicker steel and it's all welded construction, and they're the same price, about $500. So if you're going to get a good beginner smoker, the Pecos is the way to go. Old Country Pecos. You can go to the BBQ HQ. They have a TikTok and a YouTube, and you can go to their website and order that smoker, or you can go to Academy, and they also sell them at Buc-ee's and then some specialty stores. Academy also sells them online, so you can go to their website and order one. But the BBQ HQ sells them. They also sell them at Tractor Supply, so you can go to Tractor Supply. The Pecos is about a 1/8 inch thick steel. It's thicker than the Oklahoma Joe or the Char Griller. It's a much better smoker for about the same price. We got some chicken hindquarters in there. We got some chicken hindquarters in there, and we're doing some good cooking today. Really good stuff. They went to, you know, I've never been to Bar A, never have. I like Cooper Abercrombie's web channel, but I don't like the way that he starts his meats. I do not like the idea of using match light to cook anything with, much less doing that, what he calls cold smoking with it at the beginning of a cook, because he's just throwing a bag of match light in there with the meat in the smoker already, and then he lights the match light, and that's gonna get that poison inside that meat. So that right there told me right then I'm never gonna go eat at that restaurant. And it's right down, it's 10 minutes from my house, and I'll probably never go to Bar A Barbecue. Besides, you're doing leg quarters, cool. 200 of them? Wow. That's a lot of hindquarters, Jason. Woof, that's a lot of chicken. 200 hindquarters. Woohoo. There you go. Right meat cutter, hell no on match light. I use tumbleweeds and wax domes to get my fires going. We're doing some really nice chicken hindquarters today. I don't know about Otto's, never been there. But as soon as I learned that Cooper Abercrombie uses match light to cold smoke his briskets to get them started, I decided I wouldn't be going to eat there either. Besides, it's too expensive to go to a barbecue joint. I can just do it in my backyard, and I can make anything just as good as any barbecue joint. And everybody around here loves it. Saves money, gives me more food. You know. Cool, Derek. Get those mods done. You'll enjoy that smoker. It's a really good one.
This is shorter than this.
No, I didn't remove the baffle plate.
Fancy. Yeah, let me open it over there, babe. Open it
Yeah,
over
I
there.
did not remove the baffle plate. This one is removable. It's the newer model of the Brazos, so it's already removable. I modified it and put it back in.
Open it over.
You can go to my YouTube and check out the modifications, but there's my little expert grill. There's my bottle opener. Here's my cold one, Miller High Life, of course. There we go.
Oh. And then
Boom.
Here, open the other
Perfect.
one. Open the other one because I have to pour it in here.
Oh, my wife needs me to open the other one because she's got to pour it in my spritz bottle. Here we go. 2 beers opened. She's using the one that I opened first. That's okay. I'll drink this one.
Can I taste this?
What would I suggest when the smoker paint starts chipping off?
Oh, that's good.
I would take some sandpaper and sand the edges so it doesn't roughen up, and then just re-season it. Spray some cooking oil, some kind of cooking oil like canola oil. I get those $2.50 cans at Walmart. Yours is the newer one as well. Cool, Derek. Yeah. I'm going to be running at 250 degrees until the chicken is done, and I'm doing some really nice, big, thick chicken hindquarters. And every time we check them, and the first time I'm going to check them is going to be at 2 o'clock, so 45 minutes. I'm going to be spritzing with Miller High Life beer, so we're going to be doing some drunk chicken. No, I don't add coals to my smoker. I use wood. This is an offset smoker, so it uses wood splits. You see those splits in the bottom there? That's what I'm going to be using. You're making the world's best ribs right now. Cool, Hollywood. No, chicken you take to 165 internal. You can take pork to 145 internal, but poultry needs to go to 165 internal. You're still laughing at the Expert Grill. I love that Expert Grill. You ought to see all the stuff I've done to it. Go look at my videos. I just did a rack of dino ribs on it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be finishing those videos tomorrow.
You will not. See, I have to grab another one. You see, one bottle is like that enough.
Yeah, that'll be enough. What kind of wood? I'm using post oak. Oh, it's an absolutely gorgeous day for cooking. Yes.
Yeah, here's your spritz.
Why not a Weber? Because I use an offset. You know, I don't need a Weber. I've got the Expert grill because it was inexpensive. It's very versatile. I've done a lot of stuff on it and I love it. No, it doesn't make the skin rubbery, David. I'm using beer and I'm making drunk chicken. As a matter of fact, the beer will actually help to crisp the skin up, and it helps with the bark too.
Why?
Why is the stack so tall, shit? Because I bought the smokestack extension. Yes, I have used white oak. White oak is pretty good. I like post oak a little bit better. And besides, post oak is what we get here in Texas. White oak is not so much available. Live oak is more available than white oak is here in Texas. Oh, here's my spritz bottle of beer. I'm going to go hang that over there, and it'll be ready whenever it's time to check. Every time I check these hindquarters, I'll be spritzing them. I'm going to go put that one up, baby. I'll need that one.
Do we need another one? Do we need me to?
Not right now. I'm not going to be.
Okay.
Texas is great, man. You can throw that one away, babe. Yours is the new. When did you get yours, Derek? I've had this one for a year. I had my Pecos for 4 years before I sold it and bought this one. Thanks for following me, Emmanuel. Awesome. You were born in Fort Worth? I was born in Midland, out in West Texas, but I live in Montgomery, which is just north of Houston. Montgomery is the birthplace of the great state of Texas state flag. Just a little piece of history there for you. You have a pit boss. Well, you have a pellet grill. I have a real smoker. This is a wood burner, so I don't use easy bake ovens. I use the real thing. Thanks for following me, Ozzy. Thanks for following me, Daryl. Appreciate it. Thank you for following me, Mr. Miller. Cool meat cutter. That's awesome. Use mesquite and hickory and 4,000 pounds of briskets a week. That's a lot of briskets. No, I've never used a Kamado. They're pretty freaking awesome, though. They are. How do you get chicken skin crispy? You cook it for a while at a certain temperature, and then you have to bump the temperature up to like 350 degrees, and then it'll get nice and crispy. I'm using post oak in this, and I like to use a little bit of I like to blend post oak with that that mesquite too. It's pretty. I like mesquite and post oak. That's a really good blend. Coming in from San Antonio. Cool, Ozzy. Cool. Where do I get my wood? I get it from a supplier on the north side of Houston off of 59, just south of Humble. 5205 Hartwick Road, Houston, Texas. That's where I get it. What's up, Dad Julius? How's it going? You're interested in the Brazos or the Wrangler. You're on a budget. Well, see, here's the thing with the difference between a Old Country and an Oklahoma Joe and a char griller is metal thickness, and the fact that Old Country hand builds theirs and they're all welded construction. There's no assembly, okay? It's all welded construction. It's also made out of thicker steel, so you're not going to have the leaking problem you do with an Oklahoma Joe or a char griller, and you're not going to have the temperature control problems and fire control problems that you do with an Oklahoma Joe or a char griller. Those Oklahoma Joes and char grillers are terrible, terrible for fire management and controlling your fire. They're hard to deal with. How do I know? I had an Oklahoma Joe and it was a piece of shit. The firebox rusted out in like 3.5 years. I replaced it with a Pecos. I had that Pecos for 4 years. Never had trouble with it. Was a fantastic smoker. And I sold it last year and bought this. What's the best rub for brisket, Andrea? Whatever you like. In Texas, it's SPG, baby. Salt, pepper, and garlic. Yeah. We're cooking some chicken hindquarters. No, we ain't going to be opening it for a little bit. Yeah, that's why you want to upgrade to the Wrangler or the Brazos. The Brazos is $1,550, brand new, okay? The Wrangler is about $650. The Pecos is a little bit bigger than the Wrangler, but it doesn't have the upper cooking grate, and it's about $500. Um, I would go with the bigger cooking chamber. The Pecos has a bigger cooking chamber than the Wrangler. It doesn't have the upper cooking grate, but you can always add that. You can get someone to put one in for you. But the Pecos is a little bit less expensive, and it's a little bit bigger. And a bigger cooking chamber means easier to maintain temperatures and manage a fire with, and gives you better airflow too. But the Wrangler is a really good cooker. It's better than a Oklahoma Joe or a char griller, that's for sure. Way better. But man, you can't go wrong with an old country. How much wood do I have in the box? I started with wood chunks and 4 splits in the log cabin stack. We'll be checking that fire in a little while. And I am preheating wood. I always do that, particularly since we had that rain yesterday. Kind of dampened my wood a little bit, so I want to make sure I preheat that wood and dry it out real good. I don't want to use wet wood. That's going to give you some dirty smoke. What's going on, Toby Joe? How's it going? What's in the bottle? That would be Miller High Life beer. That's what I'm going to be spritzing with. It's raining in Pearland. Okay, smoke it. Yeah, you're just south of me, man. I'm on the north side of Houston in Montgomery, and you're down there in Pearland on the south side of the world. 250 degrees. We're cooking at about 250. I'm not going to drink it out of that bottle. That's my spritz bottle. This is my drink bottle right here. Do I have a video of me splitting wood? No, I don't. Where did I get my stack extension? I got my stack extension at the BBQ HQ. And it sounds just exactly as it's spelled, the BBQ HQ. And then you go ahead and put that .com after it. And if they don't have it in stock, you can still order it, and they'll make it for you and send it to you in about 2 weeks. I think they're selling them for about $200, and it does have the damper on it. It's the exact same damper that's already on there. No, man, I don't mind neighbor cutting his grass. I cut mine yesterday. Besides, he's not going to get another opportunity to. It's going to be raining here in a little while. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. Now, the BBQ HQ has both a TikTok, a Facebook, and a YouTube channel. So you can go check them out. But that stack extension, whenever I bought it last year, it was $160. It took about 3 days to get it. They had it in stock, actually. But anyways, oh yeah, it needs the stack extension, Derek. It really does. That stack extension is important for that airflow. The Brazos, take a look at the modifications I did in my video on it. It's $199 right now. Just checked. Like I said, $200. Yeah. And they probably out of stock. That's okay. You can still order it. And they will make it for you to order and send it to you, and you'll get it in about 2 weeks. So Roger just cut his grass too. Very cool. I cut mine yesterday. She picked up some cherry wood yesterday. I wish we could just pick up some cherry wood. It's really expensive in Texas because it's not a native tree, and they have to import it in, and it's really expensive if you can find it. I mean, shit, it's not really available. No, I didn't weld it. It just sits in there. I used some of that lava lock silicone to just put around the edge, and it sealed it up really good. You know, this stuff. So lava lock. This is RTV 450 black lava lock. I used that around the door also to seal it up. I did take a grinder and cut the baffle plate off, the damper off of the original smokestack. And if you've got a Pecos, you're going to have to, because it won't fit on a Pecos unless you remove the the damper off of the smokestack. You have to remove it. You live in Memphis. Okay, cool. No, you're in Crane, just south of Odessa, down there in the Permian Basin. All right, LEV, cool. Well, we've got some chicken hindquarters in there. Big ones, too. My wife got a really nice package of really large chicken hindquarters. Did I seal my expert grill? I didn't have to. Do you know what I did, Canyon? Let me turn it around so y'all can see my expert grill. On the expert grill, on the door, right here and right here are these little rubber feet. I just pulled those off, okay? I just pulled them out because they'll keep your door open about 1/8 of an inch and it's gonna leak like crazy, all right? Then I went to the back side of it. At the 4 hinges, I loosened all the screws on the hinges, all right? And then I arranged I positioned the door exactly where I wanted it on there. And then I retightened all those screws and I've got a perfect seal. It doesn't leak anywhere. It doesn't leak at all. And I didn't use any gasket or sealer or anything, not even on the door. Have I ever smoked broccoli? Oh, come on, man. Really? I've grilled it. I've grilled broccoli a lot. I have those grill baskets and I like to use them. But I've never smoked, no, never smoked broccoli. That's a waste of time unless you're smoking something. Seriously? Off of the smokestack, yeah. If you get the extension, yeah. What do I have in the other grill? I don't have anything in the expert grill. I've got some chicken hindquarters in that one. Mike from Odessa, Texas. Very cool. What smoker is that one? That's the Old Country Brazos. See, the smokestack extension comes with the damper welded on there. Make sure you order it with that. $200. They'll make it for you and send it to you. It's 15 inches tall, so it'll add exactly the right amount of height you need for your smokestack in order to get the proper draw through the cook chamber. Well, Ed, we are smoking some chicken hindquarters today. We're going to be checking them in about 35 minutes. I've already had someone come in here and demand that I open it up and look at the damn chicken hindquarters. I'm like, nope. We'll be looking at them whenever it's time. We don't open that thing up until it's time to look. If you're looking, you ain't cooking.
Okay, I just sanitize everything.
Everything is sanitized and clean. All right. Where's the cutting board?
I clean it, it's in the back.
Okay. Only thing that needs to be done is this table, right?
Yep.
Cooking at 250 degrees, and we'll cook them till they're done. That's right. If you're looking, you ain't cooking. And we'll see what temperature they're at internal whenever we check them in about another 35 minutes or so, 30 minutes. Here's the thing, Andrew. If the skin is rubbery, you know what I do with it? I peel it off. I'm not going to eat it. If it's crispy, I'll still peel it off. I'm really not a skin kind of guy. I don't like the skin. Now, if you want that skin to crisp up, then you got to bump that temperature up to like 350 degrees and let it sit for about 30 minutes and it'll crisp the skin up. Chicken, 275 for 3 hours. That's about right for 2 chickens. You're doing whole ones, but these are quarters. They won't take a long time. I'm thinking 2 hours, maybe 3 at the very most. I don't really worry about crisping up the skin on my chickens because I'm not going to eat it anyways. I don't like the skin. I take it off whether it's rubbery and ooey gooey or crispy or whatever. Oh, you're doing it in your easy bake. Okay.
This is good.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something about the size of your splits. Hi there, Jake. Depends on the cooker you have. You have to experiment to find out what size splits work best in your smoker. And it's different in every smoker. Even if you get two Brazoses and put them side by side and cook in them, both of them are going to want a different size split. So you have to figure out what's best in your smoker. And how do you do that? You just start with small splits and you go up until you can maintain the temperatures without worrying about temp spikes. If you start getting temp spikes, the splits are a little bit too big. You need to go back to the last side you used. But there you go. This one, it likes 10-inch splits by about 2 to 3 inches by 2 to 3 inches. Oh, get ready, Derek. You're going to enjoy that. Be prepared to spend the day outside, have plenty of beer on hands. No problem. Hi there, Jake. Cool, Joshua. Cool. I get them on the north side of Houston, Chief Crescent Moon. It's just off of 59, just south of Humble. It's 5205 Hartwick Road, Houston, Texas. Okay. Are you doing some chicken hindquarters too, huh? Cool. Got them marinating at the moment. Awesome. Thanks for the heart move, Ratchet Bird. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. These are going to be some good chicken hindquarters. We'll be checking them in 30 minutes. For the first time, we'll take a look at them and see what they look like. They're going to look pretty good. I got my Javelin Pro out so we can check that internal temperature to see where they're at. We're going to be cooking these to 165 internal. Rolling clean smoke, Nate. Rolling clean smoke. There you go. Cool, cool, Jake. Cool. You spatchcocked them and they came out amazing. That's the way I like to do chicken. Spatchcocked is really good. These are hindquarters, so they're good too. Oh, you just had wings. Very awesome. Very awesome. You just started using a chimney starter and the coals are extremely hot. How you can control the fire? Depends on your cooker, man. I don't know what kind of cooker you have. What I have inside the bottle, that would be Miller High Life beer. I'm using Post Oak right now, cool hand. Yeah, I got to have that thin blue smoke there, Derek. Got to have that thin blue smoke. You just got a regular grill? Well, best thing to do is put it on one side of the grill and then have yourself a two-zone cooking area. You got a cooler zone and a hotter zone. If you want to sear, throw it over the fire. If you don't want to sear it, take it off the fire and put it on the cool zone. What's the cook time? Whenever they're done, Bo Reed. We'll take them to 165 internal. We're cooking them at 250 degrees, however long it takes to get there. I don't go by time. I go by temperature and feel. When you're barbecuing, you can't really go by time. Because that really depends on your cooker, the amount of meat, how thick the meat is. There's a lot of things that a lot of variables that go into it as to how long it's going to take to cook something. So, and I got 5 big ass pieces of hindquarters in there. So I can't tell you. I'm thinking 2 to 3 hours. Thanks, 3 pieces. This is the Old Country Brazos. Yeah, baby. Got that thin blue smoke rolling. Going good, man. Smoking really good. Have I ever cooked anything exotic? Well, I've done all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've cooked salmon. I've cooked pork loins. I've cooked pork butts, pork shoulders. I've cooked tri-tips, tomahawks. I did some, I did Thor's hammer. That was cool. I've done lots of stuff, man.
Pork head. Pork head.
What?
Pork head.
Oh, yeah, I did that pig's head.
Pig's head.
Yeah.
We can try that.
People are sleeping on this smoke. Well, you know what? You gotta make sure you're burning a clean, good fire, Derek. That's important. Have I ever done a picanha? Yes, I have, and I like picanha. It's good stuff. Just kind of expensive right now. Tri-tips are less expensive, and I like tri-tips too. I think they're just as good. A tri-tip is a poor man's prime rib, in my opinion.
You have to glaze it, babe. The chicken.
Yeah, we're gonna glaze it. We already said we were gonna do that.
Okay, I already put it in a...
Put it in one of those. Put it in my Texans cup. Put it in my Texans
No,
cup.
I already put it in Joy Cup.
Okay. I don't like my ribs fall off the bone, J. Marte. I like it where I can take a bite and it comes off that bone nice and clean and it's a nice, tender, juicy bite. Fall off the bone is overdone, if you ask me. Oh man, $40 for a tri-tip. They're about 30 bucks around here. $35. Get a nice 5-pound tri-tip for about 30 bucks at HEB. I'm not a lamb kind of guy, Derek. I really don't care for lamb, so I don't cook it. I've eaten other people's lamb. I've eaten it at restaurants. I've tried it in various places just to see if it was that particular style that they were cooking, and I just don't care for lamb, so it's not something I cook. Have I ever tried the Expert Grill 24-inch from Walmart? It's actually $124, and yeah, I've got one. And I've used it quite a few times. I've used it to do some snake method cooks. I've used it for the minion method, and then I've used it for my other one. This one I've had for a little over a month, and it's got like 4 or 5 cooks on it now. My other one, the one that I had before this, I had it for 5 years, hundreds of cooks on it, and the charcoal tray finally rusted out, so I bought another one. What's the minion method? Generally speaking, it's done in the Weber Smoky Mountain or a barrel cooker for the most part. It's another one of those low and slow methods where charcoal is used to light very slowly. I did it in here. I did it on those what did I do it on? Oh yeah, I did it with the mollejas, the sweetbreads that I cooked. I used the minion method. The Expert Grill is a freaking awesome grill, Petty Wop. I love mine. But anyways, the minion method, you fashion a ring of charcoal. What you're going to do is you're going to take a can, like a coffee can, a quart-sized coffee can. You're going to put it in the middle of your fire tray, and then you're going to just pour charcoal all the way around it until it's to the top of your can. Okay, you're going to take your chimney and you're going to put some charcoal in it, about enough to fit inside that can, and you're going to light it. And once it gets lit fully, you pour it in that can and you pull that can out. And what it's going to do is it's going to do the same thing the snake method does. It's going to burn slowly from the inside out. Then you can throw some wood chunks on top of there and add some smoke flavor. And that's the minion method. Look it up. It's easy to find, Ratchet Bird. And it's a good method to use. It works. And with the minion method, you can use lump charcoal or you can use briquettes. The snake method, you have to use briquettes because they have to be the same size. Not necessary with the minion method. The minion method lasts a long time too. The minion method can be used in any grill, like the Expert Grill, the Smoky Mountain. There you go. What barbecue books do I recommend? I don't know. I've never read a barbecue book, Jay Marte. I have no idea. Yeah, that cowboy box is a really nice thing to use. I don't use the cowboy box to grill though, Derek. I use my Expert Grill to do that. But I have used the cowboy box to do some reverse sears, and I like doing it that way. Hey, Connie, we're doing some chicken hindquarters. We're going to be checking them in another 20 minutes. Yeah, we're almost there. It's almost time to check those hindquarters. We're getting there, man. I've never read a barbecue book, Jay Marte. I've just always done it on my own, or, you know, I like to watch videos. I like YouTube. I like Bradley Robinson from Chud's Barbecue. He's pretty badass. I like Jeremy Yoder from Mad Scientist Barbecue. He's badass. Matt Pittman with Meat Church Barbecue. I like him. Joe Yim is pretty freaking awesome. I like Aaron Franklin. There's a lot of really good cookers, people that you can watch to learn how to barbecue that have really good stuff to watch. And they'll even they'll even go step by step and show you how to do it. Thanks for yep. Heath Riles is pretty good too, Brian. I like him. I was just mentioning a bunch of the big ones. Exactly, it's trial and error, and you do have to learn your pit. Jay Marte, David said it. He said it right. Thanks for sharing me, Jonathan. Appreciate it. The thing about this smoker right here, Derek, and I love it, is that it's got that cowboy firebox. The main reason I love that cowboy firebox is not because you can grill in it. Yeah, you can grill in it. That's freaking awesome. And it's great for reverse searing. But it has that lid on it. I can open that lid up to check my fire without having to bend over and go through the side door to check the fire and put wood in it. I'm old. My knees and hips hurt like hell. So bending down to do that's kind of hard. That's one of the things, one of the reasons I bought the Old Country, because they have that cowboy style firebox. You know? And then an added benefit is that you can use it to grill, and it works great. Thanks for following me, Nitch. Appreciate you. Yeah, Jay Marte, I've been doing it for many years myself, man, a long time. You used a draft blower on what, that dude? What did you use a draft blower on? Are you talking about like a Weber kettle? Okay, but I'm not going to use anything like that on my smoker. This is a all natural, fire burning, fire breathing monster. This is a dragon, man. 1/4 inch thick steel heavy duty beast. Hey, thanks for sharing my live, man. Thank you for the love. Appreciate it. Oh, you like smoked lamb chops? I'm really, you know, lamb is okay, but it's not my favorite meat. I'm not going to go out of my way to go buy it, especially since it's really expensive these days, you know? And since I don't care for it that much, then I'm probably never going to buy lamb chops, but I like everything else. I like to smoke a lot of stuff. I'm just not crazy about lamb chops. Smoked oxtails are freaking the bee's knees. I love them too, man. They're badass. I love oxtails. I got to do some. Yeah, it's a once in a while thing, but it's also one of those things you got to develop a taste for. I'm just not crazy about lamb. I don't like it that much. It's not my favorite stuff. I don't hate it as bad as I do liver. I can't do that. And you ain't going to give me, I don't care what kind of liver it is. Chicken, beef, pork, I don't give a shit. I ain't doing liver. Can't even be in the house when it's being cooked. But lamb is just not my favorite. It's not something I'm going to go out of my way to find and eat. That's for sure. Now I know that there's certain recipes that you're supposed to use in order to kind of uh, mitigate the strong taste of lamb and all that, but even though it's been done and I've eaten it at several places, if I get a taste for lamb, I'll go somewhere and eat it. I'm not going to do it at my house. I don't care for lamb that much. The door is cracked about an inch, Derek, and I've got the damper all the way open. The smokestack really makes a difference in draw. Yes, I have done a picanha, Gino. It's been a while. I got to do a picanha again because I don't have a video on it. I need to do some videos on picanha because it's easy to cook and it's really good. You couldn't get your turkey wings to turn out right. Look, cook them to 165 at about 250, 275 degrees, and that should help you out there, third generation. Seriously. Cool, Howard. I don't have a secondary. This is what I got. I got this and my expert grill. I don't use anything else. Well, Chiefs, I put the wood in whenever it wants more wood, and it's not quite there yet. And I started this fire at about 12:45, and it's 1:45 now, so I used wood chunks to start it. And I stacked 4 pieces in the log cabin stack on top of that, and I used some fire starters. Then I took my torch out, fired up the master blaster, and got that fire going really good. Closed it up and preheated to 250, and that's what we're cooking at. That ought to be good, Ratchet Bird. That sounds really good. Balsamic vinaigrette. That sounds really good. I like to preheat my wood, Howard. It's very important, especially since we had rain yesterday and it could be a little bit damp. That dries it out a little bit more, and it gets it good and hot. That way, whenever I throw it in there, it'll ignite very quickly and burn cleanly. That's the whole idea of preheating your wood. I've always done that. Well, at least for the last 5 or 6 years, anyways. I didn't used to preheat my wood because I never thought about it. And then I saw somebody doing it on a video somewhere, and I tried it, and it works. It worked really well, as a matter of fact, so I started doing it. Well, I don't know, about 8 or 9 years ago. So I've been preheating my wood for a while now, but I didn't used to. Cool, Pond Hopper, cool. How do I feel about fire baskets? If you want to use a fire basket, go ahead. They work. They help you out. I don't really need one. This one's got a good fire tray, and I modified it to make it a little bit better. So, but if it burns up, I'll probably get a fire basket for it. But it makes things easier to load, that's for sure. Oh, the pellet is intermittent. Huh. Well, see, I'm not a pellet grill kind of guy, Howard, so I don't know much about them. Never cooked on one. I have eaten people's food that have cooked on it, and it's not as good as it is on an offset. You don't get the smoky flavor, and you don't get the smoke ring that you do in an offset. But you can do some good stuff with a pellet grill. I've had some good food cooked on it. I've just never used one myself. I don't have one now, and I never will. That's not something I'm ever going to get. Your fire, mine burns about every, well, you've seen me. I put a split in about every 45 minutes or so. Not bad, And you run it the same way, huh? Where do you live, Ratchet? This is Texas. It's pretty hot, but it's also pretty humid right here in the Houston area. I'm 100% stick burner myself, man. Oh, you're in San Diego, California. Oh, and you've got a windy area. That's going to pull that air through that smoker a lot quicker, and you're probably going to be burning wood a little bit faster. You know, you're going to get more airflow because of the wind. It's going to probably going to burn it up a little bit faster, Ratchet Bird. I I don't really check. I watch my temperature, and whenever I see that temperature start dropping, then I know it's time to check the fire and add wood. And I haven't had to add wood. I started this fire at about 12:45, and it is 150 right now. As a matter of fact, we're 10 minutes away from checking the chicken for the first time. So we'll see what it looks like, and then I'll check the wood right after I check the chicken. I like that temperature to drop a little bit, and I like to add the wood whenever the wood is pretty much burned up and turned into coal, and that way the coal bed fires up and keeps the new wood that I put in there burning really well. Thanks for following me, Lawrence. Appreciate it. Meters are pretty good, but I use the Temp Spikes. I got Temp Spike Pros, and I love them. They're badass. You smoked 3 Boston Butts yesterday. Cool, Howard. Yeah, of course, the preheating the wood. I always preheat the wood. Especially after a rain. It's pretty important. We had rain yesterday, and we had a little bit of rain this morning. That wood can get damp. Preheating it dries it back out. You want dry wood. You do not want any water or moisture in your wood. Oh, doing some salmon later on today, Astro King. Very cool. You don't think the chimney stack is big enough, huh, Skywalker? I think it is. It gets just the right amount of draw. It's perfect for this smoker. You need to cook it. Well, then, you know what you need to do, Soda? Wait till it goes on sale at Kroger, because they get some really nice choices on sale once in a while at $2.99 a pound. You go buy yourself a 15-pounder for about 40 bucks and go to town, man, because they're too damned expensive if you can't get them on sale. Oh, you're using Temp Spike Pros too. Man, I love mine. I love them. They're really cool. I have wood underneath the I've got a cover for my wood also. But I'm talking about the wood that I had on the smoker prepared for the cook. It rained, so it got a little damp. It's all right. How tall is the stack? This one is 31 inches tall, from the elbow, the top of the elbow, all the way to the top of the smokestack. 31 inches. Your smokestack is supposed to be 3/4 the length of your cook chamber, and the cook chamber is 40 inches. That means the smokestack should be 30 inches, which is 3/4 of the length. And that one is 31 inches. It's just right. It's exactly the right height for the size the size of the cook chamber. And you can look that info up. What I just stated is true. Where did I get the smokestack? I bought it at the BBQ HQ. Just go to their website, and if they don't have it in stock, you can still buy it, and they'll make it for your order and send it to you, and you'll get it in about 2 weeks. What does the height have anything to do with it? Well, the height of that smokestack, what you need to cook with whenever you're using an offset like this is called draw, airflow. You have to have good airflow, okay? You need good airflow because air is going to be coming into the firebox over here. Okay, it comes into the firebox, and it goes through the cooking chamber as it's heated up by the fire. It goes over your meat and then out the smokestack, okay? Very important that you have good draw so that it pulls plenty of air in the firebox, allows that fire to burn clean, so you get what you see here, which is you can't see the smoke. That's what you want. And it pulls that through there and then out. Does the smokestack fix an Oklahoma Joe? No, it doesn't. The Oklahoma Joe smokestack is on the top of the firebox, which cook chamber, which is a bad place to put it. It's also very thin in diameter and it's really short. They get terrible draw. Blue thin smoke, just like what you see coming out of here. That's what you want. Do you know how you fix an Oklahoma Joe? Get rid of it and get a Pecos. Yeah, I gotta love that light blue smoke. That's what you want. Well, Riker, we are cooking some chicken hindquarters today. You have a brisket flat resting, huh? Cool. I've never cooked just the flat. I've always done briskets whole. I've heard people buy the point or they buy the flat. I don't know why you'd buy a flat. They're going to come out dry. They're going to be hard to, unless you inject the shit out of it. But how do you do that, Jed? What is the Pecos? The Pecos, P-E-C-O-S, is made by Old Country. It's the same company that makes this smoker. This is the Brazos. This is the big brother to the Pecos. No, I don't, Dat. This is actually, you mean the Gen 2. This is the Gen 1. This is the first generation of Brazos. Actually, this is like the third or fourth generation of the Gen 1 Brazos. This is the newer version of the Brazos, which has the removable baffle plate. It also has casters on the front. They changed the hinges and a couple of other things. They changed the style of shelf and all that good stuff. But the Gen 2 has got the insulated firebox and the Gen 3 is fully insulated. What temper do you smoke salmon at? 250 to 275 degrees. That expert grill is holding up good. I've got 5 cooks on it and it's doing great. You just got to keep it clean and you have to keep it oiled. But we're fixing to set up here and get ready to check this.
What time? What time, baby? 2 o'clock?
Yeah, 2 o'clock. We're going to set up here. We're going to check these chicken hindquarters out and see what they look like. We should be in really good shape. Let me put you over here in a position where y'all can see. You got that light ready, baby?
Yeah, but not until 4 more minutes.
Yeah, I know. There we go. This is the first time we've checked them. You got an Angus smoker, an Old Country Angus. I don't know what the Old Country Angus is. What kind of smoker is that? Is it an offset or is it a... What is it? You know, you got to have patience, Completely Lawless. That's one thing you got to do is have patience. I hear you, Bandit, but we're in Texas over here. Maple is not available. You're going to have to get it imported. Now, you can probably find some at, like, maybe Academy might have some maple. You have an offset you're practicing on? Cool. I practice like twice a week. Right, babe? This smoker right here is a year old. I've had it almost a year. Next month, August, the first of the month, will be 1 year that I've had this smoker. And this thing has got 100, maybe a little over 100 cooks on it already. What's up? So coming in from Michigan. Very cool. I'm using Post Oak, Howard. Got some splits preheating, and we got some things cooking on there. We're doing pretty good. I'm going to have to check the fire right after we check this meat.
Yeah.
So it's that time. We got 3 more minutes. Actually, 2 more minutes.
Where did you buy it? I'm saying,
Please don't do that.
no, it's hot.
That doesn't add heat.
Yeah.
It keeps mosquitoes away. What did I have before this? I had a Pecos. I had it for 4 years and I sold it to upgrade to this. I wanted to buy this whenever I bought my Pecos, but I'm glad I waited because they made a couple of some improvements to the original Brazos, like being able to remove the damper, the baffle plate. Now, I took mine and modified it, so I'm still using the baffle plate. I don't have a garden, James. Where did I get it? I got it at Academy.
Chicago in the house.
And Mr. Jim needs a new offset. Okay, well, there's one of two you should get. If you need a budget smoker and you can't afford something a little bit more expensive, a $500 smoker is what you can get. There's only one to get, and that's the Pecos. It beats the shit out of anything else in its price range, like the Oklahoma Joe or the Char Griller. It's way better. If you've got a little bit more, if you can afford $1,500 to $2,000, this is the way to go. The Brazos. It's $1,550. This one is a very thick steel smoker, and it's the last one you'll ever buy. But that's what I would recommend. I got it at Academy.
Chicago.
Thanks, Dad Julius Droid. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's about $1,550 for a Brazos. Yeah, they sell them at Academy. It is the old country Brazos there, Nick. We're about to check these chickens. Hey, 10 seconds. There we go.
I think I can drink that, babe. It's really light. I want to try it.
It's really good tasting too. I like it. Let me get some gloves on. We're going to open this up and check these things for the first time. I will be using my Javelin Pro to check the internal temperature.
Wood.
I got my wood at a place in North Houston, just north of Houston off of 59. It's just south of Humble on Hartwick Road, 5205 Hartwick Road, Valdez Wood. This is my Javelin Pro instant read. We're going to check the temperatures with this. Well, I don't have Miller Lite. I'm leaving Miller Lite behind. I'm kind of liking the Miller High Life. It's pretty good beer. Really good beer, as a matter of fact.
And they see?
Yeah, can y'all see? Here we go. We're going to take a look.
Okay, how much? That looks good. Look.
We're about 140 degrees average. Those are beautiful.
It dripped the thing.
Yeah, those are beautiful. Look at those things.
Awesome.
What's the firebox like on this? It's got a good firebox. We're fixing to be looking at that firebox, but let me go ahead and close this up and keep them smoking.
Hold on.
Okay, we're going to put you right here where you can see the firebox. We're going to be taking a look inside that firebox right now to check that wood. It's going to be time. I know it is because the temperature's dropping. So, got my gloves on. Keep them getting burned.
Okay.
Yeah, rearrange that charcoal bed a little bit and get these two splits in there.
Okay.
And see what happens when you preheat your wood? It dries it out. That way, and it gets it hot. That way when you put it in there, it ignites really fast and it starts burning clean very quickly. See how clean it's burning? Hardly any smoke. That's what preheating your wood does for you. That's why I preheat it. Okay, baby, we're going to close it up.
Maybe again.
There you go.
We need to preheat the wood, and this is only 10 seconds.
You look at my lives on TikTok all the time. It's the first time on YouTube. Well, I appreciate you coming no matter where you're looking from, man. Appreciate you, man.
This is only 10 seconds.
And that's it. It's done, ready to go.
Okay, this is only 10 seconds.
It's all right.
And then you need to preheat the wood.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get some. Oh yeah, I got to preheat some wood. My wife is right. She
10
stays on top of things.
10 seconds is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just work around it like I had to do on the last one
But
you
how
did for
about
10
on
seconds.
Facebook?
Huh?
On Facebook.
It'll work. It'll have to work. You gotta watch that time, babe. There you go.
I click it too early.
There we go.
God.
You what?
I click it the other one. I click it too early. See? Oh, 11 seconds.
11's good.
Okay.
It'll work. I'll just have to adjust the other videos around it, babe. That's all. Whenever I'm doing my thing.
Okay.
Thank you, Howard. Appreciate it, man.
That's beautiful chicken. Really good looking.
I hear you, Jim, but you see that? Look at that. Even though I just put that wood in there, see how clean it's burning? That's what preheating does for you. It dries that wood out really good, and it gets it hot. When you put it in there, it ignites really fast. You can close it up quicker. That way your temperatures don't drop. You maintain better temperatures. It burns cleaner, quicker. There's just way too many benefits of preheating your wood. It's like you need to do it. Anybody I don't care where you live. Somebody told me, you don't have to preheat your wood in West Texas. And I'm going, you know what? I don't live in West Texas. I live just north of Houston. It's really humid here. And yeah, we need to preheat our wood. Can you see how I've got my wood? Are you talking about in this firebox? No, we just closed it down. I got to keep cooking there in Mississippi. We don't open up the firebox or the cook chamber while it's going, because if you're looking, you ain't cooking. So just keep that in mind.
You want some more?
Yeah, I need another one, babe.
Okay.
What's up, man? What's up? Thank you for following me. Appreciate it. No, I don't use charcoal. This is an offset. This isn't a grill. It uses wood. All splits. All the time. Now, I use charcoal in that, but that's a grill. And I still use wood in it too, like wood chunks on top of the charcoal. But this is an offset. I use wood splits. I don't use charcoal in it. You're down there towards Pearland. Cool, Rustic. Just the cook chamber, Gino. There's really no reason to seal the firebox. It's not going to help anything. And besides that, if you put a seal on the door or anything, it's going to burn right off. It's a waste of money to do that. So I didn't put a seal on the firebox. You know, now the door, the cook chamber door, yes, I did seal it. Do I have wood in a metal basket? No, I don't. This has got what's called a metal fire tray in the bottom of it. It does keep it off the bottom of the firebox. But it's the fire tray that came with the smoker. I just modified it a little bit. I bent it in the middle and I drilled some extra holes in it so it gets better airflow through it. And that's what I use. It worked really good. So there we go. Mr. Jim's near Goliad. Very cool. Hey man, if you can get a Weber Smoky Mountain or a Weber kettle, those are some of the best cookers on the planet. And there's so many things you can do with them, man. So they're so versatile. You can do everything with them. You can cook anything in a Weber kettle. And there's like 1 million different accessories available for the Weber kettle 22-inch. It's the most popular size, and it gets the most stuff. What level is that vent stack? You mean how tall is it? It's 31 inches tall with the smokestack extension. The smokestack extension was 15 inches long, and the original smokestack before I added the extension was 16 inches long from the top of the elbow. With the extension, 31 inches. Thank you, baby.
Can I have some? Open it.
I gotta pop my beer open.
Give it to
One thing I love about this little grill The Expert Grill is it has a bottle opener. That is good beer. I like it.
I don't like it.
What's the diameter of the smokestack? It's 5.5 inches. This is a 5.5 inch diameter smokestack. One rack. Yeah, this one's got 2 racks actually, Mr. Jim. I just don't have the upper rack in there. The upper rack is behind me, leaning up against the wall. I'm not using it, so I take it out. If I'm not using it, I don't have it in there. It gets in the way, man. But yeah, the smokestack diameter, Gino, on the Pecos, the Brazos, and the Wrangler is 5.5 inches in diameter. Very cool, smoke it, very cool. Got a 250 gallon on a trailer. Very cool, man. Badass. And my brand of beer is Miller High Life. So I'm living the high life, man. Well, you know what, Mr. Jim? This thing is a backyard smoker itself. It's limited too. I mean, I can put maybe 4, 6 pork butts on there if I squeeze them in there. I can put 2, maybe 3 racks, three briskets in there, if they're smaller. Regular sized briskets, 2 of them. If I want to put pork, if I use the upper cooking rack in here, I can put 6 racks of pork spare ribs in there. But really, you know, it's pretty limited on space too. But yeah, as far as it goes, these grills, these smokers, the old countries, they're as good as it gets, man. Yes, I am retired, smoke it. I am retired. Been retired for actually a year now. I retired last year around my birthday, and I just turned 61 now. Hank Van Hoeng, how's it going, man? Of course, Miller is made in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Most beers are. Yeah, I got it at Academy. Exactly. I got it a year ago. This is a year-old smoker. It's got around 100 cooks on it already. I cook in it a lot. This is not a new thing for me. I cooked in my Pecos a lot too. I had a lot of cooks in that. Oh, you did some oxtails, huh, Bourbon? I haven't done oxtails yet. I've got to do some oxtails. And I really want to do them Jamaican style. So I got to look up some recipes for Jamaican style oxtails because I really want to do some. The only problem is 4 oxtails cost like $50. That's ridiculous. 4 little bitty oxtails in a package, $50. That's insanity, you know. What am I cooking today, Jesse? We've got some we've got some really nice little chicken thighs in there, some leg quarters. No, that beer ain't getting too hot. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't spritz that beer. I didn't spritz that damn chicken. We need to do that. Babe, come back outside. I did some smoked beef cheeks. I love barbacoa. That's one of my things to do. I do it all the time. I make my own seasoning. Buy oxtails at Costco, a lot less expensive. Uh-huh. I do a lot of smoking, man. I'm out here I do lives at least once a week. I got some regulars in here that'll tell you how often I'm out here, and I appreciate everybody coming in. I really do. Thank all you guys. And I appreciate all of your input, your comments. I really love it, man. You guys make it lively and fun. Yeah, oxtails are expensive. Yeah, beef is getting stupid expensive. But you know what? What happened is, and chicken got expensive and eggs got expensive for a while there because, well, Biden had like almost a quarter of the cattle population in the country destroyed because of a perceived uh, threat of hoof and mouth disease, and it never occurred. It never happened, but we still lost a quarter of our beef stock in the country, and that caused prices to go through the roof. And and it still hadn't recovered. The ranches that had to lose all that beef still haven't recovered fully from it, and that's why we're seeing high beef prices. Same thing with chicken. Whenever that avian flu went through a couple of years ago, and he had all the damn chickens at egg factories and chicken factories killed, like about a quarter of the chicken population died, and that caused the chicken to go up. I know what you mean, but yeah, I mean that's what caused the price increases, and neither one of those situations happened. The hoof and mouth didn't happen. It was made up in order to eliminate so much of the beef to cause prices to go up. And so that Jim Watch's name could start pushing his fake meat on everybody. They really wanted that. That's the main thing that they were doing it for, so that dickhead that makes computers all of a sudden thinks he's an expert in medication and meat decided to start making fake meat in labs and selling it, and they wanted to start pushing that. So he wanted to destroy as much of the cattle and chicken population as he could. And that's not a conspiracy theory. That happened. And the chicken and beef industry still haven't recovered from it. You know? It's going to take a while to recover because now we have Kennedy in there in the FDA, and he's trying to build the cattle and chicken population back up, and he's trying to get rid of the fake meat thing and other stuff. And hopefully prices will start coming down in a year or so after the populations grow back to a good amount like they were before. Because cattle are, they can build a population of cattle and chickens back up pretty quickly. So hopefully they can get it all taken care of in the next year or so, and then we can see some price drops. Until then, we're going to see what we've got right now, unfortunately. I know Douglas is right, and yeah, Mr. Jim, it's just a problem that they're going to have to figure out how to get through. I mean, America can't live on these prices, but that was the intention. They wanted to destroy the middle class, and that's what they're trying to do, get rid of us. They want poor people, and they want rich people controlling the poor people. That's what they want. They want a power class and an underclass. That's why you need to vote red, no matter where you are. But yeah, we're good. When we check these things, I got to spray them down, man. I didn't spray them the last time. I completely snoozed on it. I forgot about that. And we're supposed to be making drunk chicken here. Okay, Randy, cool. I'll check it whenever I get off the live. It's going to be a little bit. I mean, we still got a while to go. I do have a warmer, Derek. I've got a Viver hot box food warmer. Um, and whenever I'm doing a brisket, I'll rest it overnight at 145 degrees. What type of wood am I using? I use post oak, and sometimes I'll blend it with a little bit of mesquite. But post oak is my go-to. It's what I use the most of. A good neutral wood that gives you really good flavor, a really nice smoke ring. It burns for a good little while. I mean, it's a good wood. One thing about grilling and barbecuing and smoking, Randy, is you can't be in a hurry. It requires patience. You have to be willing to sit on your backyard with a smoker, babysitting that thing and feeding the fire while you're throwing down some cold ones. That's what's really good about barbecuing. Yeah, I did. I got it off of Amazon, and I got it in like 3 days after I ordered it. $320 for my warmer, and it's a good one. I've had it. I bought it whenever I bought this smoker. I bought it at the same time, so I've had it a year along with my smoker. And every time I do a brisket, it gets warmed. If I'm doing some ribs and I want to hold them for a while, I'll throw them in there. It does great, man. I love that thing, man. That is a badass purchase. If you don't have a food warmer, guys, I recommend getting one. It is the best thing to have. That way you can sleep at night. You can cook your brisket during the day, put it in warmer, hold it overnight, and slice into it anytime the next day you need to. Exactly. Expensive as hell at a barbecue restaurant. That's why I do it myself in my backyard. My wife refuses to go to barbecue joints because it's just stupid expensive to go to anymore. They're not reasonable. They're pricing themselves right out of people's budgets, you know? And it's because meat is so expensive. You know? So it's a lot less expensive to sit here and do it in your backyard. You can cook it the way you want to and get the product you want. Get the flavor profiles you want, season it the way you want, cook with the wood you want to, and make your barbecue the way you like it. So, and my wife is like, why in the hell would we go to a barbecue joint when yours is freaking awesome and we can do it in the backyard at a lot less expense and have plenty left over for a couple of days, or have enough for 15 people for what it would cost just to do it just to buy the food for 2 people at a barbecue restaurant. And she's right. For what it would cost for 2 to go out, I can make some barbecue for 15 people. You know? Exactly, and it's not even as good as what you can do in your backyard. You're right, Derek. Yeah. You know, I've been to Tarasco's, and we went to Tarasco's, and we went to, what's that other Brazilian steakhouse? We spent $200 for just 2 of us, me and my wife. That's it, just 2 of us. $200. Are you kidding me? I am not doing that again. What was that other one we went to, sweetheart? I forgot. What was the name of that damn thing? I forgot. Now, quite frankly, they were pretty freaking good. The food was amazing at both of them. I forget the other one we went to, but I've been to 2 Brazilian restaurants, and they're expensive as shit. Texas Roadhouse isn't a Brazilian restaurant. Texas Roadhouse is just a regular steakhouse. And even there, 2 people can't get out of there without spending at least $7,500 anymore. You know? Exactly, Mr. Jim. Better be amazing. Yeah, it's just steakhouses and barbecue joints are getting ridiculous on their prices because of how much meat costs. So it's better to just buy it and cook it in your own yard. Kamagaucha. That's the other Brazilian restaurant here in Houston that we went to. Kamagaucha, and it was pretty good too. But it's not, you know, they're expensive. You know, you spend $200 at those places. Hey Douglas, do you know what I pay in tips? I pay in tips whatever the service is worth. I don't pay what they tell you to. I don't give a shit. They can't require that you pay them 20% tip, and I'm not going to. If they deserve a 20% tip, I'll pay them a 20% tip. If they don't, they'll get less. I hear you, Bandit. It is hard too. And it's a good thing to be outside barbecuing as often as you. Yeah, everything's overpriced anymore, man. Everything. I think I need to check the fire real quick, guys. The temperature's dropping a little bit. I'm running it at 250, but it's going down just a hair, so I'm going to post you guys up where you can see what's going on. It's not time to check those leg quarters yet, those hind quarters, but we can take a look at this fire and see what it looks like. If you guys haven't noticed, I haven't gotten up and done anything for adjustments towards my temperatures since we put the wood in it a while ago. And that's because this smoker really holds temperatures well. I'll put these two pieces of wood, the temperature will go up about 20 degrees, but I'm not going to make any adjustments, and it'll settle right back into the cooking temperatures in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Let me video it. No.
No, we just videoed the one that I did a little bit ago. But what you can video is me spritzing the
Yeah, we
chicken.
need to. Let me go get the thing.
It's right here.
No, I mean my iPad. It got wet.
That thing is, you know what this thing is doing?
What's
It's
going?
spitting the beer out.
Why? What did you do?
Nothing.
Oh shit!
As it builds up pressure, it pushes it out the straw and through.
And now the grass will be drunk. Let me go grab another beer. You want me to grab another beer?
Yeah, you can probably get another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be taking a look at that in a second, Mr. Jim. When we open it up, you'll be able to see how thick it is. It's a 1/4-inch thick steel.
Hold on.
It's a really good
Let me go get
smoker.
out the
But
iPad.
let me go ahead and show you guys what this looks like. Preheated wood. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move this around a little bit. This is just how I do my charcoal bed. I like to have this side of the splits that I put in there raised up a little bit. That way the airflow goes between them and burns them nice and clean. And I put them in this way every time. I put them in pointed at the door. That way the airflow comes in and goes between them. Lights very quickly. And you'll see when you preheat your wood, this is what you get. You get a quickly lighting fire, and it's burning a lot cleaner because the wood is drier when you preheat it. It only takes a couple of seconds, and I can close this thing up and keep on cooking.
Baby, can you open this?
Yeah, give it just a second, babe.
Let me open it. I'll do it. Hold on.
But there you go. It's burning pretty good. So I can go ahead and close this thing up and keep it going, preheat 2 more pieces of wood. There we go. But you can see it. This is the steel. It's pretty thick, man. Really thick. This is a good thick smoker. It's made out of 1/4-inch thick steel. You can see it in there, and that's my fire. It's burning good. I got to close it up so I can keep this thing cooking right. But the fire's burning. It's burning clean. You're not getting a lot of smoke on it. This is what preheating does. It ignites very quickly and it burns clean really fast. That way you can close it up and maintain better temperatures. You don't have to leave it open as long. And if you notice, my temperature barely dipped below 250 degrees. It'll go up to about 275 and come back down to a little over 250 and hold that for until it's time to add wood again, until it starts dropping and burning the wood up. But let me go ahead and throw 2 more splits to preheat.
Hold on, babe.
There we go.
Okay? You wanna spritz it?
That's good.
You can spritz it now.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and open it up.
I'm
We're
sorry, guys. Where's the
230. I'm going to check the temperature and we're going to give it a spritz.
rest? And then next check is 3 o'clock. Just the rest.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're gonna open again at 3 o'clock, babe. Hold on.
There we go.
Babe, give me a minute. I'm sorry if the rest
It's
not-
2:30. We're going to give it a check, see where we're at. No, I didn't build it. This is the Old Country Brazos, Douglas. I bought it at Academy.
The next,
There you go. These smokers are actually made in Texas. The steel is cut, rolled, and formed in Texas. It goes over the border into Mexico. They weld it together, and then they bring it back to Texas. They do inspections, and they do some final modifications, and then they paint them, and then they sell them. But there you go.
Okay. Ready?
All right, here we go.
How much the temperature?
The temperature is rolling at about 150, so we got about
Beautiful.
15 more degrees until they're done. Start it over.
Hold
There we go.
on. Alone, babe.
I had it closed because it was spitting the beer out.
That's beautiful color.
Too much wood for just chicken? What do you mean, Chris? It's exactly right to keep this thing at 250 degrees, so it's not too much wood. Yeah, you can, Derek, but I don't know if you can do it on the lives. I don't know how to do that. You can do it on your channel, I'm sure.
What, babe?
But what do you mean it's too much wood, Chris? What's too much wood for what? Because I'll tell you what, as long as I'm maintaining 250 degrees temperature in that cook chamber, that's what I'm looking for. That's exactly the right amount of wood for this cook. So I don't know if you know what you're talking about, man. Either that or you have no clue what I'm cooking on. One of the two.
Hey, you want?
And yeah, we did. We sprayed beer on it, Douglas. Yeah.
We'll do it again at 30 minutes.
We're going to check them again in 30 minutes
minutes.
because we're already at 150 internal temperature on
So
average.
that's gonna be 3 o'clock.
There you go.
Babe, you got 2 beers.
Okay. I'll pour one in the other.
Did you close the other one?
Yeah,
The
I did.
spritz? Because it will go.
One thing about Miller is it is very volatile. Yeah, somebody said I put too much wood in there, Derek, on TikTok. You know, there's always trolls. What are we cooking? We're cooking leg hindquarters, and I'm rolling it right at 250 degrees after all that wood I put in it. I go 165 internal temperature. That's what I like. You know, 185, in my opinion, is overcooked. Then you're overcooked. 165, perfect. I'll cook it until it's done, Juan. Whenever I get 165 internal, it'll be done. We've already been cooking them an hour and a half, and they were at 150 when we just checked them. I figured 2 hours. I figured they'll be done in 30 more minutes. We're going to check them in 30 more minutes. Yeah. But chicken should be done to 165 internal. 185, you're drying your chicken out. I like my chicken juicy, perfectly cooked with no red and no blood in it. But I like it juicy. I don't like it dry. And it seems to me that when you get it over 165, it starts drying it out, especially breasts and wings. They dry out bad because they're dry in the first place. Yeah, Douglas, just cook until there's no blood, and that's usually about 165 degrees internal temperature. What's up, Doc Mump? How you doing? Do I just let them sit the whole time, or do I do anything while I'm cooking? Well, this is what I'm doing, MH. I'm sitting here chit-chatting with everybody, you know. And Mr. Jim, in my opinion, you cook your chicken the way you want to, just like you do your barbecue. Some people like ribs fall off the bone. I think that's overdone. I don't like them fall off the bone. I like to be able to take a bite off of my ribs, pork ribs is what I'm talking about, and get a nice clean bite off the bone, come off the bone nice and clean, but still be nice and juicy and tender and chewy without being so chewy that you can't eat it. And that's usually about 200 degrees internal. Yeah, Doc Mump, we're almost done with this cook, actually. You use a crock pot for ribs? Well, Douglas, you ain't getting no flavor in those things. Those are probably not very good ribs. I smoke mine. I'll either do them in here or I'll do them in my expert grill snake style. But I do not do ribs in the oven or crock pot. Then you're talking about no flavor. Yeah, no way. When am I going to be doing a brisket? I just did a brisket last week, so it's going to be a minute. I mean, I just did a brisket. I did 2 of them, as a matter of fact, in a row. I did one snake style on my expert grill just to see if it could be done. I got the videos posted on my YouTube already. They're already posted, so you can check those out. And then right after that, I did a 30-day wet-aged prime brisket in the smoker in Roxanne right here. Well, user, if you want to cook ribs with no flavor, you can continue to do them in the Instapot or in a crock pot. But no thank you. I'm going to be doing mine in the smoker. I'm going to be putting them on fire. I like really good smoke flavor in there. Am I liberal? Hell no. Can I cook outside of grilling? Yes, I can. I can do any kind of cooking. I wouldn't say MAGA, but I'm not liberal. I'm more conservative. Yeah, anybody cooking ribs in an oven or in a crock pot or in a Instapot or anything, that's a joke, man. You're not getting anything good out of that. And if you throw some liquid smoke in there, that stuff is nasty. I do not like liquid smoke. It does not taste like smoke to me. User, no thank you. No way I'm selling my smoker. This is a badass, and this is the best way to get ribs. It's storming in Clear Lake. Yeah, I know. We're supposed to get that up here in Montgomery here before long. It's headed our way there, Doc Mump. Anybody that thinks you can do something in the oven or in a crock pot or in an Instant Pot and make it as good as coming out of a smoker has never eaten real barbecue, and you don't have any clue what you're talking about. Tell me you haven't eaten real barbecue without telling me you haven't eaten real barbecue. That grill is pretty badass, Michael. Here you go, Soda. You've got an electric grill. Well, you know what, man? If that's what you got, that's what you got. I just prefer to use real wood, real charcoal, and real fire. That's what I use, man. That's all I use. This is a charcoal grill. It's not a gas grill. And I use charcoal and wood chunks in it. This is an offset smoker. It gets nothing but wood in it. There's no gas, no electricity, no pellets. It's all real stuff, real fire, real smoke, real flavor. You can do pretty good stuff with a pellet grill, but you're not going to get what you can out of this. And those so-called, what are they called, Mastercraft electric smokers that you got a little tray you put wood chips in and it turns on, those things are terrible. You don't get any flavor out of those. What are we cooking? We're looking pretty good. We'll be checking them again in 20 minutes, Manny. They should be done. They should be done. But electric smokers are garbage, man. They don't give you any flavor. It's like you might as well be cooking in the oven, you know. User, I'm never going to try that because that's not barbecue. What's up, Charlene? How you doing? Have I ever used one? No, and I never will. We've got some chicken hindquarters in there. They're just about done. We're about 20 minutes away from checking them out. Exactly. Old school flavor and taste with wood. You are never going to get anything like that. Liquid smoke is nasty. I don't like liquid smoke. That stuff does not taste like smoke. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate it. That's welded. This is an Old Country Brazos Cosmic. It's all welded construction. It's a really good one. Yeah, I can, CJF. I've eaten food cooked out of an electric smoker, and it's not good. I mean, it's good. I'm not going to say it's not good. It just has no smoke flavor. You don't get the smoke flavor. You don't even get the smoke flavor in an electric smoker that you do in a pellet grill. And I've eaten food out of a pellet grill. And that's nowhere close to what you can get out of the Weber kettle or the Weber Smoky Mountain. And I've eaten food out of those too. And then it's nothing like what you can get out of this, a real offset smoker. This is the best barbecue you can get out of real fire and wood. I'm using post oak. That's what I use. Where do I get my splits? I get them at a place just north of Houston, south of Humble, off of 59. Exactly, Derek. An electric smoker is like a oven. They don't give you any flavor. They give you very little flavor. And with a pellet smoker, if you want flavor, you have to throw in a smoke tube. You have to fill a smoke tube up with pellets and wood chips, catch it on fire, and throw it in the cook chamber with the meat. And, you know, and that's still not going to give you even what you can get off of Weber kettle or Weber Smoky Mountain. It's going to give you good flavor, but it's still not even going to equal a Weber kettle or a Weber Smoky Mountain. And it's damn sure not going to touch an offset. You can do some good stuff with a pellet grill, but it's not as good as an offset smoker. No, I'm not, Douglas. We've got a honey bourbon glaze that we're going to be putting on those chicken hindquarters. If you want to know about my honey bourbon glaze, it is pinned at the top of my TikTok and Facebook, and you'll have to dig through, but it's also in the shorts in my YouTube. No, it's not an opinion. It's a fact. You will not get as good a smoke flavor out of a pellet grill as you will an offset smoker. That's just a fact. The smoke ring proves it. The smoke flavor proves it. Everything proves it. That's not opinion. That's fact. And you're not going to get anywhere near the smoke in an electric smoker that you do a pellet grill. That's a fact also. That's not opinion. You get a better smoke ring and more smoke flavor in a pellet grill than you do an electric smoker, by far. Taste is opinion, but the smoke flavor that's there and the smoke ring is not opinion. You can see it and it's measurable. That means it's fact. You know, there is a huge difference in a pellet grill and an offset smoker. And you cannot touch an offset smoker flavor with a pellet grill. Not even close. It's not opinion, it's fact. The smoke ring will tell you that. Just the smoke ring alone will tell you that. You'll not get the smoke ring out of a pellet grill that you will an offset smoker. And you can see that. That's measurable. What else is also very different and very obvious is the flavor. You can taste the smoke flavor in the offset is much more and very different than what it is out of a pellet grill. They're not the same. That's an Old Country Brazos. And that's not opinion. That's fact. That's just the way it is. And no matter what you say about opinion, you can't change the fact that an offset smoker gives better flavor and a better smoke ring than a pellet grill does. Now, if you like the flavor out of a pellet grill better, that's opinion. If you like it better than you do in an offset, okay. If you like less of a smoke flavor than more of a smoke flavor, if you like less of a smoke flavor than a bolder smoke flavor, then yeah, that's opinion. Then you like the pellet grill better. But if you want a more bold smoke flavor, better smoke flavor, and more smoke flavor, you're not going to beat an offset smoker. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate it. You know, what am I doing? I'm doing some, we're doing chicken hindquarters, and I'm using post oak, Taylor. We're using post oak. We got trolls in here, babe. They claim that a pellet grill and electric smoker can cook and do as good as an offset. Not even close. Not even close. What is this, Jose? This is the Old Country Brazos. I don't turn anything, Douglas. If I want to turn something, I'll do it on a rotisserie over fire or something. I'll get a Santa Maria and put a rotisserie on it or something. I don't know, but I'm not going to be turning chicken legs. You know, they don't need to be turned. Post oak is also good for flavor, Ace. I like it. If I want to enhance the flavor, I'll throw a little bit of mesquite. Cherry is really expensive in Texas, and it's also really hard to find. You have to get lucky to find cherry, and when you do, it's expensive as shit. Because it's not a tree that grows here, so it has to be imported. I like cherry. It's probably one of my favorite woods, but it's hard to get. If I could cook everything with cherry, I would, but it's expensive and it's hard to find it. Last year when we were trying to find it to do our holiday turkeys, we couldn't find it. My wife would call the store to see if they had it in stock. They would say, yeah, we've got it. So she'd haul ass to the store and they'd be sold out of it before she got there. Yeah, Texas is not a cherry tree state. They don't grow in this climate here. It's too hot. Montgomery, just north of Houston. Take a spatula to take what off the grill, Saturn? What are you talking about? I love mesquite. It's hot and humid, I'll tell you. It is. It's freaking humid as hell. We got all that rain yesterday, and it's hot today, and the air is just kind of, it's like it sticks to you. Just bad stuff. Yeah, we're doing some hindquarters here. Got some nice hindquarters. We're taking them to 165 in turkey. I'm not a fall off the bone kind of guy, whether it's chicken or ribs or anything. Yeah, apple is good, but also it's an imported wood. You know, peach is present in Texas. That's a tree that grows here. Apples don't really grow in Texas. Yeah, fall off the bone chicken's what he's referring to, and that's taking it to like 185 or something. I take it to 165. I want it done. I don't want any blood, and I want to be able to bite that chicken right off the bone nice and clean. Yep, squirrel. We got a lot of them around here. What's my favorite piece of meat? Anything I can smoke. If I could throw it in the smoker or on the grill, that's my favorite piece of meat at that particular time. I can't tell you. I really can't say that I have a favorite. I like it all. Pork ribs, beef ribs, picanha, tri-tip, Thor's hammer, briskets, pork spare ribs, baby back ribs, country ribs, all of them. You know, anything. Yeah, squirrel is good eating. We're going to be checking these chicken legs in about 10 more minutes to see where they're at. I'm pretty sure they're going to be done. We will be seeing 10 more minutes, Doc Mom. We're going to be checking those leg quarters in 10 more minutes. Well, you got a big one, Taylor. This is a little backyard. I don't have to cook that many. I've cooked squirrel before, Ryan. It's pretty good, man. No salt on chicken. Shit. What are you talking about? Tell me you don't want any taste in your chicken without telling me you don't want any taste in your chicken. These quarters got seasoned like crazy, and then I spritzed the hell out of them with beer a while ago. Squirrel is good stuff, man. I like squirrel. It's been a while since I've cooked it. I'm not about to kill any of my squirrels around here. You know, I like my little squirrels around here. It holds temp like a beast, Taylor. This thing is a rock solid monster. I mean, you have a little variation. You do in all offsets, but well, you know what you got to do, Douglas? You have to let it sit with the salt for a while so the salt absorbs into the meat. That gives it flavor, and it actually draws more moisture to the surface. That allows more smoke penetration. Salt is a good thing for meat. It's not a bad thing, including chicken. If you don't like salt, I mean, that's up to you. I am not big on using a lot of salt because I don't want to taste the salt, but you have to use it on meat, even chicken. That's up to you, Douglas. That's your choice. To be honest with you, barbecue is a personal thing, and you can season it the way you want to. That's what you do in your backyard. That's what you do in your backyard, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Do it the way you want to. If you don't like salt, don't put it on there. That's your barbecue, not mine. I like it, so I'm going to put it on there. It's my barbecue, not yours. It's a personal preference. I mean, seriously, everything barbecue is, from the sauces you use to the rubs you use to the seasonings you use, the wood you use, everything. It's all a personal preference. We're cooking some chicken hindquarters, King Thomas. You use propane, so you like to infuse your food with poison. That's okay. I'm not going to do that. What rubs do I use? For this chicken, I'm using my poultry rub, which is, you know, I make it myself. Yeah, somebody likes to use propane to cook with. You know, they like to cook their food over poison and infuse poison into their food. So if that's what they want, I mean, if they want to make themselves and their family sick over time, that's their choice. I mean, it's a personal preference and it's a personal choice. It's just, it's not the choice I make. I didn't say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Chaco. You can use what you want to. It's all a personal preference. And if you want to use stuff that's not good, use stuff that's not good. If you want to use stuff that's good, use stuff that's good. I prefer real wood and real charcoal made out of real stuff, and I don't like to use any synthetic charcoals. Even my briquettes are all natural, you know. But as far as my rubs, 505 Pig and Rig Barbecue, they all start at coarse ground black pepper and coarse ground kosher salt. And I'm going to have an equal amount of each of those in my rub. Now with pork, I'm going to throw some brown sugar. And in poultry, I'm going to use a 50-50 mixture of dried rosemary and thyme. And they're all going to get ancho chili powder, onion powder, and garlic powder in them. That's what I use. Post oak, that's what I'm using. Okay, we got another 6 minutes, so we're going to be checking these. We're going to be checking these pieces of chicken. We're going to be checking these hindquarters out here in another 6 minutes. Yeah, Douglas, they're going to be fried. They're going to be totally wasted. They should be about 165 internal, and they'll be perfect, ready to come out of there. Hey, babe, you know what you need to do? You need to boot Douglas. He's a troll. Get Douglas out of here. He's coming in here to raise hell and be a troll.
Okay.
There goes Douglas. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later, alligator.
He's been in here trolling for 30 or
Yeah,
40
I know,
minutes.
I know.
And you didn't notice?
I noticed it.
Yeah. What's up, Ernie? Okay, we're about 5 minutes away from checking these hindquarters. They're going to be done. And then we're going to get them out of there. We're doing chicken hindquarters, Juan. And they're just about done. We've been here since about 12:30.
Yeah.
We got the fire started at that time. We got these things in there at 1 o'clock.
Stand up over there so that I can see.
And they've been cooking since then. No, 165 isn't. There's another one, babe. User has been a troll for a while too. Go ahead and boot his ass too. 165 is perfectly
I don't know why
cooked.
he keep insisting that. He can bring his chicken to 185.
You can take it to 185. I don't like it at 185.
There you go. Bye-bye.
He's also the one that was saying electric smokers
Yeah.
and crock pots and Instapots and ovens cook better than an offset smoker does. What an idiot. He's just a troll, babe. Just trolling. That's all. Here we go. I'm going to set you guys up so we can see, because it's about time to take these things out of here.
Yeah, rage bait.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're rage bait. Exactly. How do you cook squirrel? Usually grill. That's how you do it. Hey, what's up, Fork Shift? What's going on, man? It's good to see you. It'd be pretty dry at 185. It's overcooked, Timothy. That's true, you know. 185 is overcooked if you ask me. Chicken and poultry in general should be cooked to 165 internal. Now, if you want to take it a little more hotter than that, if you want it to be a little bit more fall off the bone, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. Take it to 175, 180.
Boils his ribs.
But yeah, he was saying he boiled his ribs. He did. Taylor, he was saying to cook them in a crock pot or an Instapot. That they're better in a crock pot or Instapot than they are on a smoker. That's insanity. It's good to see you too, Fork Shift. I appreciate you coming by. You're just here in time, man. We're fixing to take a look at that. Yeah, I agree with you, Rich. The Brazos is the best smoker for the money. It's a badass son of a gun. I love mine. This thing is a total beast.
Don't forget to spritz.
We're not going to be spritzing. We're going to be removing. Let me go ahead and get my, if they're 165 internal, they're coming out of there.
Oh.
I need to get the proper gloves on for the task at hand. We're going to be probably taking these chicken legs out of here. They're probably at 165 internal, maybe a little bit warmer than that. They're probably going to be 165 to 170 internal, which is to me perfect. Have I ever done a shoulder to 225? No, Ernie. I usually take my pork shoulders and my pork butts to about 205, 207 internal, just so I can pull that bone out of that meat nice and clean. And then I'm going to use that bone to chop that meat up. I've got several videos on it. You can go check them out. I got a bunch of videos on pork
You
butts.
want me to get the... Oh, no, not yet. You're going to check it first, right?
Yeah, we're going to take a look at them. Get my heat-resistant gloves on first. And then get my hot juice-resistant gloves on second. Because these things are going to be juicy as hell. Whenever I was checking the temperatures on them, every time I did, the juice just kind of squirted right out of the hole that the instant read made. That's some juicy chicken right there. These are hindquarters, so they're a little bit more juicy than the breasts and the wings are anyways. What, babe?
Because they're dark meat.
Yeah, dark meat's juicier. It's got more fat.
He has the same mods. Did you answer that?
You have the same mods on yours. Cool, man. Cool, Rich. Thank you for the heart, me, J. Crin. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. You got you an old Lowe's special. I can't scroll it down, man. Very cool.
No, that's
Have I ever done a shoulder at 225 internal? No, I'm not. That's overdone if you ask me. That's kind of cooking the shit out of it and making it pretty dry, I would imagine. You're going to have to put a lot of juice in it, outside juice.
I'm going to check and then...
To get it moist, yeah, I'm going to need my,
If it is done, I'll go get the chopping board.
the chopping board, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to check these things. Let's take a look.
How much? How much?
We're running at about 155, between 155 and 160 internal on them. So we're going to go another 30 minutes. They're not quite done yet.
Let them see it, baby.
But take a look at these bad boys. They are beautiful. Look at those nice looking hindquarters.
This one is really French.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit them with some beer. Because we want that beer flavor.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, you have the same mods on yours. Yeah, those dadgum things looked good. Woof. Really good looking. I know, get in there closer, right? Those are some good looking. I mean, I'm telling you. You never spritz with beer, huh? Well, here's the thing, Jay Crin. I learned that doing beer butt chicken with a beer can is actually a bad way to do it. Not only do you not get any beer flavor in your chicken, but what you end up getting is you end up getting paint from the beer can into your chicken, and that stuff's toxic. So never do that. If you want a good drunk chicken, the best way to do it is marinate it in beer overnight if you want to, or spritz it with beer like I'm doing. Or you can do both. Now, I didn't marinate it, but I am spritzing it, and that's why I put such a heavy spritz on each piece of chicken, so I could get plenty of that beer in there. There you go. What temperature were we at? About 155 to 160 internal. They're not quite done yet. We're going to give them another 30 minutes, so we're going to check them again at 3:30. I'm going to go ahead and check this fire. Let's take a look at the fire. See if we need to add wood. Come on back out, baby. This is a fire check. You need to check the video. Yeah. Get my wife out here so she can video our fire check there, guys. But I'm going to set you guys up so you can see the firebox. There you go. and you'll see how I manage a fire.
Come in, babe. Hold on. Let me put this back.
Yeah, Timothy, I quit using beer cans a long time ago. You want real flavor? You want real beer or bourbon or wine flavor in it?
Yes.
Marinade or spritz or both. That's the best way to get it in there. You don't get any flavor from the beer can. It really doesn't happen. And you know, some people buy those stands that you can pour the stuff in and set the chicken on. That doesn't get the flavor in there either. The best thing to do is marinade and spritz or both. That's the best thing you can do. That'll give you the real flavor.
Don't forget to.
The stands and putting a beer can up a chicken's ass doesn't give you any flavor, but the beer can can give you some toxic paint in your chicken.
Yeah, because it's inside the chicken.
You know, think about that for a second. You're heating that can up. Not only that, but those beer cans have plastic inside of them. So
And
no
can they
thanks.
see?
Yeah.
They see?
Got it.
Make
See how
sure.
quickly that fire started? Now I'm probably not going to put any more wood on top of the firebox to preheat because this is probably the last pieces of wood we're going to have to put in there. I only anticipate this taking another 30 minutes to finish this cook. They're already at 150, between 155 and 160 internal, and I want to take this chicken up to about 165, maybe a little bit over that,
Hey, where's
and that's where
the?
I like to cook at.
Where's the? Oh my, the honey bourbon.
We'll put the honey bourbon glaze on there, and
When it's cooked.
when it's cooked, we'll put some honey bourbon glaze on
And then
there,
close
close it
it
up for about
for
15 minutes to get it sticky.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Come on. Hold on. Good.
What's up, Michael? I'm not going to be preheating any more wood. Yeah, I'm retired, Clayton. Been retired for a year now. Last time you worked with wood was in the 90s. Yes, I do have a great camera woman. She does a good job, man. I like the videos that she makes for me. She does a really good job. Hey guys, nature is calling, so give me about 5 minutes. I'll be right back. And I'm sure you know what that means. Don't go nowhere. Baby, answer any questions if you can.
Answer the babe.
Okay.
They said, what temp is your smoker?
What temp is my smoker? I'm running it at 250 degrees.
I'm gonna have one for you. What beer are you drinking?
What beer am I drinking? Miller High Life.
What's on
I'm
the
living the high life.
What's on the grill? And
What's
answer
on the
that.
grill? I have a... When are we moving? Next year. We're not moving for a year, Michael. It'll be probably after this time, a little bit after this time next year.
And we're still gonna be continue.
And we're going to continue to do the lives. We're going to continue to make the videos. It's just that we're going to be doing it from the Philippines instead of the U.S. We're not going to stop doing this, guys. Don't worry. Oh, he has a bearing going out on one of his spindles? That's his problem, not mine. I'm going to let him worry about that. Yeah, nice clean smoke. Thank you, Rich. It is. That's what you got to have. Well, we have property over in the Philippines, and my wife has family over there since she's from the Philippines. So we're going to have a good life over there. I don't know, Lucas, and I really don't care whether the skin is rubbery and chewy or whether it's crispy. I take it off anyways because I'm not a skin kind of guy. If you want to crisp the skin up, you're gonna bump the temperature up to about 350 for about 20 minutes, and that'll crisp it up. But I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I hear you, Ernie, but I'm gonna stay away from the balut. Probably gonna enjoy the what are those roasted pigs? Lechon. Definitely gonna enjoy the lechon for sure. You like to use applewood? Applewood's okay. I mean, if that's what you like, Timothy. Here's the thing, man. Use the wood that you enjoy using. That's it. Well, you can have a crispy skin if you want, Ernie. I don't care about the skin. So whether it's crispy or chewy, I'm going to remove it anyways. I'm just going to eat the inside of the chicken. But I can get a crispy skin. It's just that I don't care. All you got to do to get a crispy skin really is once it gets to the internal temperature you're looking at, bump that temperature up 100 degrees and let it go for about another 15 or 20 minutes, and you're good. No, I'm not, Jim. We got some chicken hindquarters in there. No to lechon. You don't like, that's, I understand that that's the way to go, Ernie. Everybody's talking shit about the lechon and how great it is and how a roasted pig is the best thing on the planet, and I'm going to try it. I'm dying to, as a matter of fact. That's one of the things I want to do. And my wife's dad already has a guy that will sit there and rotisserie the pig all day long. Pay him like $25 and he'll stand there and rotisserie that pig all day long. How long have I had this smoker? I've had it a year now. I'm cooking with post oak, and I'm running it at 250 degrees. Jen, yeah. Yeah, $10. That's a good price, boss man. I wouldn't turn that down. $10 for even a pellet grill. You can get one for $10. Just got to see if everything works on it. I would have checked it out before I bought it, even for $10, to see if the thermometers and the temp gauges and everything works on it, to make sure that the auger is good and not sopped up. And I would have checked it out very thoroughly before even at $10, because you could buy a $10 pellet smoker and then end up having to put $500 into it to get it to work. You might as well have just bought a brand new one. You know. Oh, my phone is frozen up. That sucks. What happened? Yeah, the igniters go out and everything. You know, that's one thing I like about an offset. I'm not going to have to worry about any electronic failures. 250 Fahrenheit, Jen. Because I'm in Texas and we go in, and this is the U.S., so we're measuring Fahrenheit temperatures. Rich, I've had this smoker for a year, and before I had this, I had the Pecos. I had it for 4 years, and I sold it so that I could upgrade to this smoker. Before that, I had an Oklahoma Joe. I had that thing for 3.5 years or so, and the firebox rusted out, and it was really hard to manage temperatures and fire in anyways. Sometimes I had to put a fan on the firebox just to keep the fire going. What a piece of shit smoker that was. That's kind of whenever it was time to get a new one. After the firebox rusted out, I got the Pecos, and that was a really good smoker. I wanted to get this one instead of the Pecos whenever I bought the Pecos, but I didn't have at the time, $900, but I had the $450 to buy the Pecos with, so I got the Pecos. Sold it last summer. I got $350 for it, and after that I bought the Brazos. The one thing I like about a grill, a charcoal grill, and the one thing I like about an offset smoker is they have no electronics to fail. They have no electronics to fail, so I don't have to worry about replacing any parts. They don't have an auger that can get clogged up and fail. They don't have igniters that can burn up and fail. None of that, you know. So I don't have to worry about any of that. You know, this is all wood fired. So I'll never have to worry about this thing failing on me. It'll be dependable and it'll cook every time I build a fire in it. Plain and simple. And I won't have to worry about during the cook whether the auger clogs up and it starts pouring pellets all over the place, or catches fire inside there and burns the meat up. I've seen that. I've seen people have that happen to them before in a pellet grill. The auger clogs up, it pours a bunch of pellets into the cook chamber, it catches on fire and burns the meat up. You know? Exactly. These work every time, man. And then I've seen people whose auger went out and they were sitting there cooking, and all of a sudden they saw on their phone the temperature just starting to drop steadily, and they went to check their meat, and the fire was out and the auger had stopped pushing pellets into it, and they weren't cooking anything. It just went out and had to replace the auger motor. I'll never have to worry about that. Have I used a cinder block smoker? No, I haven't, Daniel. But what am I cooking? I'm cooking some chicken hindquarters. They're going to be checking them in 15 minutes. Actually, Timothy, it's around 140 degrees that it quits taking smoke. And here's the reason why. Whenever you start cooking, it's better to put cold meat in your smoker. The reason why you want to put cold meat in it, because cold temperatures, the myoglobin in your meat is still active, and it will react with the nitrogen oxide in the smoke, and that's what actually builds your smoke ring, is the reaction between the myoglobin and the nitrogen oxide, and that also allows smoke absorption and smoke flavor into your meat. Now what's going to happen about 140 degrees internal temperature of the meat, that myoglobin gets cooked. And whenever that myoglobin gets cooked, it no longer absorbs the nitrogen oxide, so you're not going to develop any more of a smoke ring, and it's also not going to take on much more smoke flavor. Now, it will still take on a little bit, but you'll lose about 80% of the smoke flavor that it was taking on before the myoglobin got cooked. So, yeah, about 140, 145 degrees, it quits taking smoke on. That is true. That's not a myth. But you can still continue to build the bark on the outside with wood. So do not stop cooking with wood. Oh, your brother went through pellet smokers and they failed on big holiday cooks. Oh, that sucks, man. Exactly, Rich. Nothing beats it. You got it, Timothy, no problem. But that's how the smoke ring is developed, is because of the nitrogen oxide and the myoglobin in the meat. That's one reason I don't use binders, because binders will affect that. If you put a binder on meat, it coats it and it doesn't allow the smoke to penetrate the meat, and it doesn't allow the reaction between the myoglobin and the nitrogen oxide. So I don't use binders. And people say, well, you should rinse or wash your meat off. I don't agree with that either. Here's the reason. That juice that's inside the package is not blood. It's myoglobin that's come out of your meat. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not dangerous. It's not going to make you sick. There's nothing in it that's bad. So whenever you wash your meat off, you're washing off a bunch of what will allow smoke absorption. So, and also, if there is any biologics, and people say, well, I worry about parasites. Parasites are going to be in the meat. They're not going to be in the juice. They're going to be in the meat. And whenever you apply heat to your meat and you get it cooked to the proper temperature, it's going to kill the parasites anyways. So you don't have to worry about it. What brand is the smoker, Chris? This is the Offset. This is the Old Country Brazos. That's what the brand. That's up to you, Rich. I prefer to finish in my smoker where I started. And if I'm going to braise something, I'm going to take it out of the smoker and put it in the oven, of course. But whenever I'm doing ribs, brisket, whatever, even after I wrap, I finish it in the smoker. Some people will take it out and finish it in the oven. That's fine. Waffle burgers with shrimp. Now that sounds like a good idea. That actually sounds like a really good idea, Javi. You're never going to stop learning, Tim. You can't stop learning. Every day is a new. Every time you cook, you're gonna see a new twist, and you're gonna learn something from that new twist. What have I got in there? We got some chicken hindquarters. Yes, with Modelos, that's a good beer with a little bit of salt and lime. There you go. That's some good stuff right there. I do once in a while if I'm going to throw some sides in there, Rich. You know, like if I'm doing some pork spare ribs and I want to throw some bacon jalapeno wrapped corn on the cob in there, I'll throw that top rack in there and throw that bacon jalapeno wrapped corn on the cob on that and cook it. You can see that in my videos. But yeah, I do use it once in a while. Mainly for sides while I'm cooking, but yeah. Yep, that's what the pail is for. The bucket is my my grease catcher. That's what it's for. But I don't use it very often, Rich. I mean, it sits behind me on the wall for the most part. Only time I throw it in there is if I'm going to throw some sides in it. I hold my brisket in a warmer overnight at 145 degrees, at least 8 hours, blown vision. You have to rest a brisket. If you don't, it's not going to be as good. It'll be drier and it'll be less juicy. The reason why you rest a brisket, it's really simple. I mean, it's because while the brisket is resting, it's going to allow the connective tissue and the muscle fibers inside the meat to relax, and it'll reabsorb the fat that was pushed out. And that gives you a juicier, more tender brisket. So you have to rest them, and they need to rest at least 8 hours. I cook my briskets today and eat them tomorrow. In other words, whenever I do a brisket, I'm going to start in the morning. I'm going to fish in the evening. It's going to go in my warmer. I have a Beaver hot box warmer, and I'll set it at 145 degrees, and I'll throw that brisket in there, and I can hold it at that until I'm ready to slice into it sometime the next day, whatever time that may be. Any tips on ribs? Yeah, enjoy them, Dexter. I have a Beaver hot box. I got it off of Amazon. It's really good to have a warmer, man. That's a game changer. I used to throw mine in the cooler too. What about ribs? Any tips? Yeah, cook them at 250 degrees till they get to about 200 internal. Take them out. You know, if you want to put some sauce on it, put the sauce on them at about 195 internal. Let it sit for 15 or 20 minutes. That's all it's going to take to get to 200. Take them out and eat and enjoy. Use whatever sauce you like. These chickens are going to get some honey bourbon glaze, and they're going to get that in about another 5 minutes. This honey bourbon glaze is a honey bourbon glaze that I make. And if you want to see how I make it, I've got it pinned at the top of my TikTok, Facebook, and it's in my shorts in my YouTube. You're going to have to probably dig through all of the recent little shorts that have been posted on YouTube due to my lives to find the honey bourbon glaze, but it's there. What's the best wood and charcoal to use for chicken thighs? So Tello, I'm going to tell you like I tell everybody. Honestly, the best wood and charcoal that you need to use is the charcoal and wood that give you the flavor profile that you want. I like to use post oak, and the charcoal that I use is B&B. And now as far as that's concerned, if you're going to use briquettes, all natural briquette is what you need to use. Stay away from Kingsford and Royal Oak. Stay away from those dollar store briquettes. Stay away from anything that is not labeled Fogo, Jealous Devil, Cowboy Brand, Meat Church, or B&B. Those are about the only natural charcoal briquettes you can find.
Okay, you gonna put the gloves now?
Yeah, I need to go ahead and put on the gloves and get ready to go.
Oh shit. I'm sorry.
We're going to go ahead and sauce up these ribs. It's not really a sauce, it's a glaze. Yeah, it's a sauce. You might as well call it a sauce. Call it what it is. A glaze is still a sauce, damn it. And this is a honey bourbon glaze that I make. So we're going to get ready to do that in another 5 minutes. Damn, we got 5 minutes, baby?
Yeah, just put your gloves on. Put your gloves on, it's 5 minutes.
I'm going to check the temperatures of them and see what it's at. You know what, babe? I probably need to put more wood in.
Huh?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to need to put more wood. I'm going to have to go ahead and warm up at least one piece of wood. I'm going to do two just in case. There we go. Because temperature's starting to fall a little bit.
Don't start that.
There we go. I like B&B myself. It's my favorite. That's what I always use because it's the most available. B&B also cuts splits. They have post oak, pecan, hickory, mesquite, and peach.
Yeah, HEB.
You can buy that. You can buy the B&B at HEB. And then, of course, they have the lump charcoal. They have different varieties of lump charcoal. Oak, mesquite, hickory, and then their briquettes. They got a bunch of varieties of briquettes. The ones that I like to get is the oak and hickory mix. Those are pretty good briquettes, and they're really good. And then they also have briquettes that have onion in them. They put onion in some of their briquettes. They even have a bourbon infused briquette. They have quite a few different briquettes through B&B. But yeah, that's my favorite brand. Jealous Devil is considered one of the top contenders as far as the best charcoal on the market, but it's also the most expensive. Hey man, we got Rob in the house. And we're going to be checking these ribs in another 3 minutes. Let me get my gloves on real quick. I'm going to check the temperature, and then I'm going to hit them. You know, if they're at 165 internal, we're going to hit them with that honey bourbon glaze. And then we're going to finish this cook. We're almost there. We're probably about 45 minutes till done. Let me get my gloves on real quick.
Rob is asking, how are you doing?
We're doing great, man. We are doing great.
Timothy, enjoy your life. So much information.
Thank you, Timothy.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and check these, babe.
2 more minutes.
We can check them now. We don't have to wait.
Yeah, you really? You're gonna bend your rules?
No, I got people are expecting to be able to check it at 2:30 or 3:30, so we'll check it
Yeah.
at 3:30.
Exactly.
We'll check them at 3:30. We are doing fantastic, Rob. Yep, 1 more minute. There we go, 1 minute. You got me down, don't you, Soda? He knows.
Are they counting?
They're already counting. Yeah, they know the countdown process. What, 30 seconds? Is that what we got? We got 30 seconds, Soda. We're about down there. Yeah, about there. I love these guys, man.
Oh, they. Oh no, not yet. 1 more minute.
What?
1 more minute.
No, we got 5 seconds,
10
babe.
seconds. Okay.
4, 3,
Hold on.
2, 1.
Not yet.
It is now 3:30.
30. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, we're going to take a look at them. Yeah, we have rules. There you go, Rob.
How much?
We're at 160 internal.
Okay, so you're gonna glaze it?
So I'm going to go ahead and glaze them, and we're going to go another 30 minutes.
I transferred to Texan.
Oh, you put it in my Texas cup. All right. My wife is good to me, man. I'm telling you. The Texans. This is a honey bourbon glaze that I make. The recipe and actually how to make it is in some videos. I've got it pinned to the top of my TikTok and also my Facebook. And it's also in my shorts on YouTube. You'll probably have to dig through some of the shorts that have been created through my lives in my YouTube, but you can find it. It's in there. This is a really badass glaze. It's good for pork, chicken, just about anything. It's awesome. All right, there we go, guys.
You did not see it up close.
Woo!
You did not see it up close, babe. Yeah.
Where am I reading some of the comments? I'm on TikTok and YouTube, Rich. I'm on both. There you go. Thanks for following me. Appreciate it. Yeah, those things look really good. You put a brisket in your $50 pit boss. Okay. A Facebook find. Well, shit. $50. That's a good price, man. Can't complain about that. Yeah. No, Andy, you got to take chicken to 165 internal for it to be safe to eat. Any lower than that and you risk illness. So yeah, you can't do that, man.
So,
Yeah.
30 more minutes.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Maybe 30 more minutes.
I'm going to give it 30 more minutes. Yeah, then it should be done. It should be over 165 internal. And that glaze should be nice and tacky. And I did flip them, so that'll crisp that skin up a little bit. Get a little bit of that heat on the bottom side. What do you mean, Eric? Well, I grew up in the Houston area. Yeah, Clayton, Pasadena. I live in Montgomery now, which is just north of Houston. I was born in Midland, which is in West Texas. But yeah, I grew up in the Houston area. Pasadena. Went to Pasadena High School. Graduated in '84. Long time ago. Yeah, I graduated in 1984. A bunch of years ago. That would be 42 years ago now, wouldn't it?
What?
Graduated in 1984. And it's 26. Yeah, that's 42 years. Holy shit. Yeah, you grew up in Pasadena too, huh? Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go get your chopping board, babe.
Okay. It'll be. Thank you, sweetheart. I need another beer, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Awesome. Now I live in Montgomery, just north of Houston by Lake Conroe. I love it up here. Done smoking for the day. Cool, Bandit. That's awesome. I'm still not quite done. We're almost there, but we got a little bit to go. Class of 96. Yeah. I lived off of Harris and Ritchie in old Pasadena. What's the number one thing, Rambo? The size of your splits. You have to watch the size of your splits. That's very important. After that, it's just a matter of trial and error until you get it right. Depends on your
Don't
smoker.
put that in there because it gets sticky.
You know? No, DJ, I do not use my offset smoker to do any grilling. No fire is ever going to be put to the cook chamber on this offset smoker. That's what the firebox is for. If I want to do any grilling, that's why I have that. That gets the charcoal. That does not. Oh, they don't have a screw off. The one thing about these Miller High Life bottles is you can't just pop the top off. You have to do it this way. You have to do it the old school way. And you have to find a bottle opener and you have to pop it off just like that. I don't have a problem with that. Because my grill has a bottle opener. That's freaking awesome. You have an Old Country Pecos. Cool. I had one for 4 years. I sold it last summer and bought this. This is the Brazos. I've had this for a year now. Oh, Bandit says that whenever I move, he wants to be the first one called to get my smoker. And you know what? It's a good one, and you're going to be getting good money out of it because you don't have to do any upgrades, or modifications to it. They're already all done. What size splits for my Pecos? I used to use about the same size splits I do for this Brazos. 10 inches, 10 to 12 inches long, 2 to 3 inches by 2 to 3 inches thick. Yeah, that's what I used to use on my Pecos, and I'm using about the same size splits on this one. What mods did I do on it completely lawless? Well, in the firebox, that fire tray that's inside of it, the factory fire tray, I took it and I bent it in the middle, which dropped it down a little bit, and it gave it a nice V that allowed better airflow. And then I drilled a bunch of holes between the slots in that fire tray. That really increased the airflow up and allowed that fire to burn a lot cleaner. More air, better cleaning, better burning, cleaner burning fire, more efficient. So that's one thing I did. I modified the baffle plate inside the cook chamber right there at the firebox. That one is removable on the newer Brazos models. I took it out, I drilled some holes in it, I cut a slot in the top of the thing, I stuck it back in there. That gives me more even temperatures throughout the cooking chamber, and it took the hot spot away. I cut the extra steel out of the exhaust hole inside the smoke chamber to the smokestack. It's 4 inches in diameter, the smokestack's 5.5 inches in diameter. So I cut all that extra steel out and smoothed it out with a grinder, and then I bought the smokestack extension. Those are the 4 modifications that I made to it. I really don't consider putting silicone or a sealant around the door a modification, because you have to do that on every smoker. Not just this one, but all of them. You have to do that on every smoker if you don't want the hood to leak. So I don't really consider that a modification. And for that, I used the Lava Lock High Temp 450 Black. You know, I put that sealant on that door last year whenever I bought this thing. First, I went with the Lava Lock Gray High Temp Felt Gasket, and the door wouldn't close. It had a little gap on each side, about a 16th to an 1/8 of an inch gap on both sides, and that would allow smoke to just pour out. Heat and smoke wouldn't stay in there at all. So I ended up removing that felt gasket, and I know that that's in my my first video whenever I first got this, of me modifying it. That's one of the modifications I did, was put that felt gasket on. But after I tried to close it, I just ripped it off right after I made that video. And then I just put the Lava Lock High Temp gasket all the way around this. Sprayed some oil, cooking oil, around the whole outside edge of the smoke chamber. And that way, whenever I closed the door, that sealant wouldn't stick to the smoke chamber, and that worked. Well, completely lawless. The only gauge that I use is the one you see there, and that is the temp gauge. I need to add wood to the fire, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. The temperature's falling, so I need to go ahead and add wood to it. Damn thing, it won't stay up. Here we go. This isn't one we're going to need to videotape, sweetheart, so you don't have to come out here and do the video on it. I'm going to go ahead and add wood to the fire. I'm dropping in temperature.
You need a video? No.
If you want to take a video of it, because we just did all that, you can take a video
hold
if
on,
you
wait
want to.
for me. I'll go grab it.
And this is the last wood that I'm going to be putting in the smoker. So I'm not going to be preheating anymore. And I do have some Temp Spike Pros that I use, and leave-in wireless thermometers that I use, sometimes completely lawless, but I don't use them on stuff like this. I don't use them on briskets, and I don't use them. Basically, what I use them on is like a turkey or something. There you go. No, I'm not going to. Yeah, I am. I'm going to go ahead and bump the temperature up a little bit to crisp the skin, and make sure that glaze that I put on there is nice and sticky.
Yeah, you flop in the other side anyway, so.
But here we go. Okay, as soon as that fire catches and we see a good clean burning fire, we'll close it up and keep it cooking.
You
It
don't.
won't take very
You need to.
long.
You don't need to preheat anymore, right?
Huh?
You don't need to preheat wood anymore.
No, I'm
All
not
right.
going to be preheating any more wood.
Come on, Liv.
It'll take a second. Don't worry, it'll get going.
It's the wood is kind of.
Yeah, there we go. Let that stuff get burning real good, then we'll close it up. I want it burning good and I want it burning clean. I don't want to see that dirty smoke.
What time is the next check?
Huh?
4 o'clock.
No, we're going to
Ah.
be checking it. Yeah, 4 o'clock, 15 minutes. We'll go ahead and make it 4:15.
4:15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, there we go. It's burning good. See how that smoke cleared right up? There we go. That's what we're looking for.
Okay. Awesome.
There we go.
I love this light.
How can you tell the difference between clean smoke and dirty smoke? Well, clean smoke is clear, dirty smoke is white.
Don't put that in there because it's.
You know, the best way to tell, dirty smoke is white or gray, clean smoke is clear or light blue. That's how you tell the difference. Well, yeah, I'm going to bump the temperature up to about 300 now so I can crisp that skin up a bit and get it nice and tacky. We're going to check it again at 4:15. It should be done. I'm not on Instagram, but I am in TikTok, Wayne Wheeler. If you go to my, I'm on Facebook and TikTok, Wayne. If you go to my page, my YouTube channel, on the top where the description is, you can find my links to those in there, and it'll take you to both of them on TikTok and Facebook. Thanks you for following me, KJD. Appreciate you. But I'm not on Instagram. The only things that I'm on is TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. That's it. And if you look me up in TikTok, you just put in Rockin BBQ at JamTech7, just like it is here. Same exact thing. No problem, Wayne. But the link is at the top of my my profile in my YouTube, so it's you can always go there and make it even easier to get to it. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, in TikTok, for some reason, they won't let me put my YouTube link in my description. In my bio on TikTok, so you just have to go to my Facebook, which is the link is in my description in TikTok, and then you can look for my link to my YouTube in my Facebook. I would appreciate it if everybody would go and follow me on YouTube. I need followers in YouTube like crazy. I need followers in TikTok and Facebook too, but I've only got 680 followers in YouTube. I need to get over 1,000. So if you guys can go over there and check it out and follow me, I would really appreciate it. What are we having with the chicken? We're going to have some rice and vegetables. I don't know what my wife is going to cook up. We already got rice, but I don't know what vegetables she's going to do. What do I grill on, Rich? My expert grill. That's what I do a lot of my grilling on. Cool, Bucky's Grilling. Appreciate you. Where am I from, Eddie? I'm from Montgomery, Texas. that problem real quick. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Do I think a 42-inch stack would be too tall? Yeah, it probably would be, Levi. I would go with a between 30 and 40-inch. I think when you talk, 42 inches, 30 to 36 inches would probably be tall enough. Any more than that, and you'll get too much draw, and it'll be really hard to manage and control the temperatures. Thanks for following me, Teddy. Appreciate you. What are we doing, user? We are doing some chicken hindquarters. Are you making your own? Did you go down to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy some stovepipe and you're making the smokestack extension? Cut it at about 36 inches and you ought to be fine. Because you're not going to be able to put a damper on it. And that's one thing that sucks. But how you doing, Levi? Good to see you again, brother. Well, again, Jamie and user, we are cooking some chicken hindquarters. We got them in there smoking up real good. Got some good clean smoke going through there. We got some good good stuff in the smoker, and it's going to be delicious. Only problem is the wind just absolutely stopped today. There's no wind. The air is absolutely silent. The trees aren't even moving around me. None of the leaves in the trees are moving. Look at that. Just look. No movement at all. I'm going to be running them at about 275 right now. But the chicken is looking really good. It looks really freaking awesome. Justin, what's going on? Howdy, partner. How you doing? Sweetheart, I need you to bring me a charger out here. What temperature did I cook at? I'm cooking at I cooked at 250. I got it bumped to 275 now.
Charger, how many?
How many do you want?
Just one.
No.
Which one do you need to charge? The big
The little one.
Oh, the little one?
Yeah. There we go. Problem is I got no airflow, and whenever I got no airflow, it really affects the draw. There you go.
Really.
Thanks, Southern Razzle Dazzle. Thank you.
There's no air.
What do I have smoking, Justin? I have some really nice chicken hindquarters in there. They've been cooking for a couple hours now. We're about to pull them out of there and have dinner here in just a little bit. They're about there.
Is this charging, babe? I hope it's charging.
No, it's not. Because the phone is hot.
There you go. Why you forgot to charge them? You're not gonna see it.
Oh, they're going to be really good. Can you go get one of my wireless chargers and bring it out here? I'm going to go ahead and, hey, I'm going to have to shut off for about 15 or 20 minutes, guys. So come back at 4:15, which is actually 20 minutes from now. My phones are acting up and they're not charging right. So I got to get off here. They're a little bit overheated because of the live through them. So give me a little bit, come right back. I appreciate everybody for being here, man. I really do. And we're going to probably get those chicken thighs out of that smoker. But come on back. I'll be right here in about another 20 minutes. Thank you guys so much.